And welcome to the Happy Morning Show live on ETV Live on Happy 98.9 FM on Yankopon Adom T and a pay me say Obibia and we are brother if you know at to a ETV and a pay out one so or shade maybe so live Nisim 95.9 and at 100.1 in Obibia Aquaba about Medini so and a pay taxi driver for and a pay me chacha munina trotro drivers and a pay me chacha munina and so car owners munina and a pay me chacha munina. I'm hoping say the morning has been a good one to you. I know for most of you Sunday and dear uncle and farmer you woke up in the morning and your cars were not where you had parked them. So now a toy no actually among four cars at the Akona Bibi assess if you akogumo. It is today that they will know their fate as to whether they will be able to go to work or not. But regardless, for God and country, Ebeko Niakwakoye Edmati. Midin, that is a Malaysia member and a payino Mwakwaba, about Chumidi, Nusiani, ACP retired Victor Tando. Ebidi nkomo or the road safety tidbits in every yebeji emre na afeno the headlines of the newspapers so abroman for the sports update kakra ebe to aso the social media trends ebe abroman for na afeya sha say yedi nkomo anpe insem ne bebre ene wi apono so ene yebedi ho nkomo. And so I encourage you say oni ebe nante abomu anope wa bra ye nyina no ye hwe abomu some media nkone ne ACP retired Victor Tando ndi nkomo. As I say, any ACP retired Victor Tando, Edin Commando Pays, Biano Pines, your Mokwabaja.
Major boss.
Na improve the Saja.
Yamin Chadia, begin it a much more.
Yamada Kukamuka Kaka. And a pay you're down.
Your middle was say, and was say. I my four more happy FM. Mamma Aquaba. A call now TV moon. Yen I don't for Adam Yen no Sabi Ebe Shimu Bimu. A Moduma Pa, Moody Eddie Boa Momenti. And made the Mecosa Sense, Tapu and Cosa and Camo. Uncle Sentin and Nichiremo, Uncle so in Shishram. I take for Muted Medi and the pay the Mumina Ache, Sama Makwaba. Yen idea home bus exhibition or Happy FM 98.9 and the pay any idea that must be a shown our boss or not take the dream. All my body children being Isaac Ade, Justice Nati, Sifa Dankwa, Raymond Nyamado, Eura Fatishaibu Ali, Pastor Thomas, na Director John Kuma. Tafwe de Yamiasi, so near Dinier, or near Dinier Dudu. Adumama the Pachi and near Swamodin, near that Sutinkum, that's a crackers for. Or don't for any Dinier. And so a castle near the year and yes, I know, no, hey, a BD in power. And the end on the year, no man can say, I don't. As I don't dear, and any dear consumer, retired principal from home. Yen and church and one of paying by his grace. We are alive. I not Marakwa, and yet that's so edited and Quemo. Then said Robert Mentos William, Master Quessy, on a just go, most boy, and his home. Machiana pay, Ura, Drew, Quatin, Uno Provincial Bank, Emma, the Machiana pay, Ura, Tavia, Uno, Hanover Transport, Kema, also Machiana pay, Ura, Obin, Kanaka, Central University, also Memoachi, and a pay, and coming in Amuno I open a Ajauto, Washon, so Memoachi. And the pay in a chief asari. I then tell down Fraha. Munina, Mechia on the pay, I mean, Munina, I mean, Shram, Nebusha for another. Nebusha for no queen. In that make us say, it would be Yadamias or near the year, and so you'll be an young Sam. And now, in sheer to ye. Wow, over here social media, so. Wow, here TV, so. That no queen ni aircon. Na edin edema ebinum papa so wotu okam no akodru baabi na nsui se ni ebu fasoni wosia fika no mu enyeye na we nsi so akai nso na nsui so etin kuri hey wo se ni pani bi edi emia papa bebo Polisi Sahin, IGP, Dr. Dampare, or in the principal, the bomb, Basso Papa, say, and the moon one woman who said, Debbie, or how be back, or how be Cassia Pie, by insurance and he said, Tony Adiano. And the amount for most sorry, police for most sorry, it being called, because I come on the council, it being first aqua whistle, ye penny bit me. Omoyade, Nancy in Anno, or my whole dinner to me and so in Anno. And merely be on more, a year demon in the penny be papa. Wow, here, Kaneshi, and the bar which a Bilante sector. Graphic road to cry the first one is seen. It's in such a no, don't you know, a guapa bridge. Hey! I did buy a wood on me horn. I hold an insurance card at a penny, a trick car, I look. Teshi, I offer la, I do quotation. Insurance at the honor. I also almost see no, some obedient to more, naive. And she should not be fast as I could book him. I hold it as a mouse, so I need word to put on better. And your Hong Kong, and near the amount for bread. None and she told the amount for bread. But for dear near papa. Now, who say, or mine, ye were or how catch you. Or how engineer for no Madama, boy. There's a Caswa council. Hey! I don't see Toya me found me so correct. Dana, and you're correct in ye cry. Then you're correct in ye. None of Hokwans refit toll boot that had more day back, Allah, on the money at gaming another. As a horse of an also. And I be beer. No query says, see, pa, I feel a bit topa, dear. And then, and you are more a titty beer at this annual near dear. Mommy and tree hopeful. Me and tree hopeful. Not only a root. Says, seeing in I see a coin say, ye crumb back up, and the dead piano and I'm so. As he swim who say, a crown will say, a touch more. And a coin moon long enough. You bet me a fossil, ye traded you. As he to me, serious, I know me. As he to me, serious, I know me. And see, I am, sir. That's a big DNA the one way, a crumb back up and one, yeah. And the one fear, big BMO, and the Amuch so ever brain. One fear, the bamba or your mouth. So waiting I could do just with you, Mono. Nanko Bassa, not be a sheet, Nako, I'll be brave at the upper. As you must be brave, or me and share no maybe so. Me and share quano so, and me far and I say, yeah, and I met my father with the apple. They make a quiny bit to say a man from a coin. Would you fear what you hold my teaching? I look a man from Quano. Hi. Sir, and someone quite, in shoes, a coin crying soon to so crown and swat. Then she has had to go so now. No cranny, a bishop, ye walk. As some bonopo, a woman. Canon, I say, you and Crawford, a two go to mono, and only or how catchy. There's a dining you will say, and yet no or how catchy. And yet no how catchy and crop, how catchy and Casano. Oh. I say engineer for a woman. Or when I knew ye. As so many I knew ye. Don't bet some men when you go far for engineer for a big disabled mania in idea. And what? I mean, you say we could work as a young uncle and told you and see me to you. Or cock for close and see me to me and a quick. So that could be now any, I say, with a ensure a friend or hurricane near tea and the end of it. Then so ye did and yet that corporate a baswa, a basta, that we are by and tea besan by besan abuse. And here, I knew ye a bribiamu, a bit with your house, Eddie, a prayer. The sense you are told, I said, to us, they knew, and then understand ya. Hey, a bushafo, your assemble, your assemble, a seeing, if you say you bet me a boy home. Between a boy home, but be a CC at dying, I see nsuo kwan nyinaa ka ho bi so no so ebe dan sie no asi kwan elsa dan yi si hoyi enipa ne dia no ebo din se wa wo be dan no kra na usuro wontumi meho sanse man e wo no yo nipa bi a omo ye very powerful ebi so ye very 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 powerful nti sada no obe hu a enye yi ebesere we nyina no tiasi pepe enye duma dia ene ne se eboa nyema pepe enye duma eni beduru bebe no nam kwan bisu na pe si okura mpoto eden okwa obenyi wasumje obenyi onije wotimi akwa koduru be bia wokọ no so asubiti mu besere engineer for benefo mo mani enko size medi so na bi se betimi apoa gaba force Mr. Mother nsu atọ no this sense ni bebre aba ani etaka sese nsu efrase na mframma no ne ade a kebe ye ya amomiem party kan yo fi ayentwen fi entwen se o loro station so a omiyentwen loro station ho nsu na no prase krampo no ne bekwa yakọ ya se mi yaka o mo edi ye duma no gidi se eboa on papa ye mu pin so no ye bubu nyue egusum yenti jai ya tra apeto we nyina oka afiasum o mention so nsu na fe na bi prase se bosumi numu ni nsia nyina de ko July ni nyina no kotoni ma bosumi ni ko nyina nsu ano entime mrase be ko swara do mention so kotoni ma munye na eko aye ohumu mu a ni eko kita wonsa July ni nyina no nsu to brebre do mention so na nam kwaso mu yentu eboase apo mu yemmo modern sisi ye hyenye ahyen bi nu ahụ sɛ bi akeka nsuo n'ani nsuo no court ne tɛn mu a na tie bia no egya no bedum egya no nso dum a wobɛbrɛ gye Peter fo aba ho abetuto tete ayɛ ho adwuma kakra nsa na sɛ wobɛtumi astate kaa no na wafiri hɔ nom akɔ a wafiri hɔ eti wonya baabi pɛ gyina ɛsɛ nsuo no te na ɛtweka ɛkɔ fam kakra na afei wokɔ a bigiri sɛ wo ho bɛtɔ ade akyɛn bi abusuafoɔ no atiefoɔ yɛsi na wotu foforo mu ene ya rese beko bese basi ye kwa ye beko ne sen na ye banso a ya ban sen odun fa jenhye no ho nunyam okay ho no ne ni ye na djuma pebere esi eni so no agyan ma no nye adom ene nhira efreman
do say for your city tidbit ade abra no pay e jumedi no eso some really better also na the headlines of the newspapers na break adofo as I say, you did the Bokata no TV7 no ebre adofo no pay ojumedi ne so mejidi ne say onyankopon domunti hu aye anapay odi ahokeka na odi nyamesuo ekwa bonten na okoye nia ese ene nia efata abranti we monyamado elmenchen sanso na ewura fati shaibwali enso so elmenchen ya di jumedi ne ebre adofo yes almost capture. It was very good that they captured you at the time that I needed them to capture you.
Sammy. Sammy. Sammy, Anope.
Sammy, Wagana Casami.
Wagana Casami.
Okay. Sammy, Anope. Matisse, wa unipa. I will need Jimmy Home from Lamano. A friend of Lewis Hamilton. And Chebia and a queen. I decided this open 19. It's a Sir friend Sir Lewis Hamilton, what I say. It's a Yabano pedia. One can see a person may upgrade to title. And it's Siano. That's all we will be a Osibo crash room. And it's Sir Sibusu Samation. And it's Siano session, and I'm afraid to be doing so.
And the effort.
Session. Say JJ. Say JJ. Ampa.
Say Ishen.
No, say JJ no sooner. Yeah. Kwame JJ.
No Ghana Casami.
Okay, so yeah, Ghana Casana and Sunny headlines.
The first one no two me uncle.
First one, me here. We say me see a bicycle. nti me here volunteers. Secondly, me here I'm on from a motor bicycle. I'm on a mountain bike.
Mountain bike.
What the full mountain bike?
It's not a bike, we are a mountain bike.
Yeah, mountain bike.
And then you suddenly you can say, hey, we're a mountain bike, and I just say, German Papa Bill Gates.
And then I can't imagine.
No, the go full mountain bike.
When my dear friend Ahai,
David.
since you know, mini papa needs come better bike, I'm a cruise be almost your mind, so motor bikes, you know. Two current 30 minutes.
Okay.
30 minutes, 1 minute, na, my name is cousin, your friend could you watch it now. Ya 1 year send me a high bike be. I mean, a fire when I call.
Not then, not those days, now some collaborating in a high bike.
No, it was dangerous. It was the risk of riding, and then our parents need to. And I'm looking you call high bike here. Na, baby, how you free pa, hona speed in the bum kesifa. No, he says she out the night before. Yeah, power. I know where construction works because so around Pentecost on me to me hippie anya. So I've actually a break in the Charlie to this shit I know one it's yeah. And you could back in so you're 20 you have America. Pa ye pele na free need to see. Tafili dead there we they say I mountain the way Oba cross over Jordan and San off mountain. And they didn't lose you
At the real mountain.
and they did full mountain. So we start for and there's also do no man and
the
now you're 20 minutes no aso. So see the back in the bar. Your back one here in the back in the you shirt no the unique no. Akwani boy naked no the pa back no.
Someone go back can you feel now
It's yeah no. Obi akuta the shirt and the trouser and the baby.
Uncle Aboni, come here.
David, share, ungo feel straight to. You copy baby share now as you see at the end.
Come here.
I'm at the way. I said,
Wonder come here, Joey and Emma.
oh, yeah, I know, man. I know, man. I know, man. Sure, me pen am timi share in them not because of me. I saw the whole light.
Yeah, from Bond. Sammy, I no pay.
Finance.
Picture of Kojo upon Nkrumah our front page of the Chronicle. Dr. Owusu Free Akoto onoso ne phone ewo ha. Jane Mensa omina mo phone our front page of the Chronicle. Then and a Chronicle dia ba no pay. Terrorist threat is real. Look, watch and report. Government advises Ghanaians. Nothing will deter us.
Look for what? Watch for what?
Oh, Sammy said.
And report what?
Oh, no, Sammy said.
Suspicious activity.
What is suspicious activity?
Oh, Sammy, na Sammy na enyame na mekan.
But you say suspicious. What is suspicious activity?
Who's a man for a suspicious Nyama?
To say then.
Me to say Nyama is suspicious.
To say then.
To say Nyama is suspicious.
Look ni watch no yepe, Anna. Look ni watch no.
They look the whole share, but watch the whole few and yeah.
They are observing. Watch is observing, and look is watching.
Kojo upon Nkrumah
Look is
and
watching. Watch is observing.
Ah, okay. You see. Kojo upon Nkrumah na this asem we to just Ghana for mu nyina mu tie. Hwe na report. Look, watch and report. Government advises Ghanaians. Nothing will deter us from executing our constitutional mandate. Ghana Police Service. Jane Mensa leads delegation to assess Kenya 2022 election. Construction of Bonsu Varsity starts, and our pro-Akoto candidates win big in Upper West region. We the stories chronicle Diabanope.
Daily Guide: Accra flat after downpour. Ghana on red alert. U.S., Japan among highest indebted countries. RMB spearheads Africa's energy landscape. Ubie paper ni mwa. Other stories are ubenya akain any. More discoveries link deceased to Nkranza robbery. Sandra and Kobia support women entrepreneurs. Lil Wayne gets new wife. Yvonne Jegede escapes robbery attack. Nana pledges support to private sector. Export Barbados, Guta I 3.6 million trade collaboration. Remittances to Ghana hit 4.5 billion in 2021. Ashanti MPP elections comes off Friday. Western Region MPP chair goes unopposed. Saso and a West NDC UPP fight NPP. Committee disqualifies 2 aspirants in Bono. We air stories are offer daily guide newspaper.
We share daily graphic and amount of prayer stories on a breaking barrier to development. Choose STEM courses. President encourages school children. Our daily graphic and him and a terrorism alert. Be vigilant. Report suspicious persons. National security to public. Residents, shop owners count losses after downpour. And also a month for Ebinyabi Akenkai. Other stories. Kenyatta addresses World Health Organization Assembly in Geneva. World Health Organization expects more monkeypox cases globally. And also and a pair of month for a bit me. I can be potential source of anti-malarial drugs. Professor Nyako Bwampo and a point Yamiko
no.
We go 18 mo. Ntene ni treat the kelemo morning na. Nti anu so ewo honoma omanfo a bit me I can be residents. Okay, I believe some kind of story no. That free SHS, leave free SHS debate to politicians. President Akufo-Addo urges students.
Okay.
The people that the thing is about them, no. They can't express views. Abantu urges Parliament to pass affirmative action bill, and also we can't progress with our kind of politics. Most Reverend Kwesi and Kasa. Indeed, I agree with you, Reverend. President presents prizes to winners of Junior Graphic Essay Competition and Junior Graphic Aids Learning Education, Graphic MD and Kasa. Assembly Women in Cocoa Tout Transformational Journey, and this is also other stories our daily graphic more increasing stimulus to protect women in tourism, and this is also our man for bit back in our daily graphic more and a pay.
Ghanaian Times and Opay say terrorism attack in Ghana looms. Deputy National Security Coordinator warns, outlines measures to combat it. Outbreak of suspected Lassa fever in West Africa. GHS, Ghana Health Service, directs health facilities to be on alert. Accra floods after downpour wreaks havoc in many communities. Sabi, we are back to the May-June headlines I expect.
Yeah.
Accra floods after downpour
but this one
wreaks havoc in many communities.
This one was serious. This one was serious.
Has there been anyone serious?
No, but this one was
June 3 was serious.
Yes.
What did we say the following day in our papers?
What
did we write in our papers?
Sunday morning, nam conditioner fatigue. I'm on forecast on my package. You if you're not insure trip or car.
Yeah.
At the Aba main road. For some of them, at the kind of bad demo. So the damages. And a more on Campona cast na say because you know aqua engine.
Yes.
Until Mark of fitters. More than 15 cars I saw.
So then after the floods. Works Housing Minister tours areas flooded by Saturday's downpour. So Mr. Asenso Boachi interacting with NADMO during tour. So person before we video will catch a minister and say, Honorable Minister, you were put in office to prevent some of these things from happening, or to make sure some of these things you have to mean the pain into the bad. But if we've gone back to flooding, now Minister Bekoto, President Bekoto, Minister Bekoto, okay, I said, after flooding, now Jomama Timoto bike, so, or Koto flooded areas. Okay, we are back to the same ceremony. It is ceremony. Minister comes in his V8 with his ADCs, with his police.
You know, these are the times that
I
miss Okovandapoi.
No.
These are the times I miss Okovandapoi.
This is not why the minister is there. The minister is not there to be going on tours post flooding, the minister is supposed to make sure say or putting measures in place and flooding is simple in the first place. Even if it will see even if it be see mitigation control measures be over.
Maybe say a question. And if I say finance minister, when I say so Bachi, when I say a friend is saying what's his name? Jinapo.
Yeah.
Who else is a big shot in the government? Attorney General, what's his name? Godfrey Dame.
Yeah.
When I say
yes.
One more Kaneshi area ho.
Yeah.
Would Kaneshi flood?
No. I doubt.
Kaneshi will never flood.
I doubt.
Fatty, they will put in
will be
any
affected.
and
Yes.
everything.
So they are not affected.
So they are not affected.
Yes. No, so I mean, look, this time
they will put in everything. Look, I'm telling you, the works they will do within 3 months.
Yeah. To make
to
sure
solve the problem that their homes don't flood.
No, so I mean, you see, it's become.
But it's
become ritual. I did see. Na minister koyeto, na minister koto, na entourage, na omo sami. Please.
The problem is that your pampa your politicians need too much. Wo Rose na say no. Wo de salon car no. And then mu papa de bia wo ko abuso car no. Ono fa so more than 10 times kwa own feeling.
Yes.
Otika papa.
Yeah.
Own feeling. Utu an rent mano. Utu an electricity mano. Utu an water mano. And is all kinds of money more idea, but don't use your money more idea. Oh, so you should stop complaining. They don't feel it.
Sami, every works and housing minister, it's your top floods, but havoc na omakoto. Okay, I say honorable Atachi Amunyi na koto nibi.
Yeah.
Previous present government, Sami Amunyi na omakoto. They are not solving the problem. Sami June 3 see you know. Send na minister of works and housing.
Raymond,
Oh, Sami.
Encounter.
Man 28 jailed 20 years for defiling girl 13. Kaswa police arrest 2 Momo fraudsters. Court orders arrest of mining contractor over failing to pay workers' net contributions. Professor Boampong, FDA must critically check potency of composition of anti-malaria herbal preparations. So I mean, a very important story about Professor Boampong. They call we about female Afghan TV presenters cover faces. Then you know, sema waha me say me who Cosby Senebeya. But to implement the same or her. Parliament of Ghana should institute Parliament Restoration Day. And no a feature paper no ediaba anope na also Ghanaian Times more sequel mixture to be relaunched. Na Ghana Health Service directs health facilities to be on alert. Final story I'm the weba ewoha or say Achimota Forest was earmarked for promotion of ecotourism, biodiversity and conservation. Former Lands Minister Mike Hammer and all this assembly at to wait the stories are and pay Ghanaian Times at the about.
The new crusading guide. Vet staff fight back, say MNC Logistics and Trading Boss not corn artist. Document revealed Dubai partner issued fake SWIFT code. Akosia Bako Foundation signs partnership with NSS for yearly extra classes for students in Asim North. Sasso and Ghana on high alert as terrorist threat heightens. Government ready to access quality education for Ghanaians. Education Minister Ena Eka. Magdan Aviation opens soon as top Emirates Ghanaian pilot joins team. No, other stories are being I say monkeypox. Israel and Switzerland confirmed cases. You know that since the story broke, all the pictures media you say of black people. What's what I say?
The monkeypox.
It's a milder version of
chickenpox.
Pox family, you know. But this one is not as severe as chickenpox. It's as smallpox and it's animal.
Oh, I see.
Meanwhile, the thing is in breaky where Africa had. But so, all the pictures you see that come with a story, no, all of them, black people. Black people. And you know, black people are like the years ago, be pox, no. A big cry na any monkey pox. Omuhia picture they come story no. Yeah, ne saying. And then there was even a story of how some monkeys escaped from a lab.
Oh, really?
That's almost shared that.
Okay. Monkeys escape from a lab.
Yes.
So they send a who cartoons.
Cartoons, movies, Sabakono.
Yeah.
Some movie look at Friday, say, very finity.
I've forgotten the title.
Jurassic Park.
The review of the Man of the Apes or something like that.
Yeah. Ape. Ape.
Have increased TVET enrollment by 100% to 44,000. President Akufo-Addo and Eka Sasso and German Chancellor begins 3-nation Africa tour. Rwanda deal. Migrants in Calais say they will still try to cross to UK. Nigeria, 4 die in Lagos Island building collapse. Nigeria, 4 more bro. We air stories are over the new crusading guide that Ubenya Biaka.
The final newspaper story is a woman of a Nanado cut sold for $90 million varsity for engineering and agricultural sciences and no Honum. Security agencies seek public support to combat terrorism and no Ewoho. And in Nkranza saga, justice will be served. That's according to the police. Economic challenges will not affect MTN's investments in Ghana. That's according to the CEO. Into we and the stories are not paid. The final newspaper at the Abraham. Yes, sir.
Also, President cut short for varsity.
Yes, please.
So I think we've reached a point where we need a national development plan.
Why we have?
No, you don't have.
No.
We don't have.
No. I think so.
We don't have a national development plan.
The 14-year one that was developed.
No, Sammy.
It was shelved.
Yeah. No, but Sammy, I think we've reached a point where political parties, they'll be bound by. Sammy, they'll be bound by what they have to do per the national development plan.
Who is going to enforce that?
I said,
who is going to enforce that?
Any constitution, maybe.
Yes.
I think that Sammy, we should find a way to.
My brother.
Oh, Sammy, seriously.
My brother. It's too late in the day. You know, it's too late in the day.
It's not too late.
It's too late in the day to even attempt to want to bring this matter up.
Sammy, we can start.
No.
We can start. Yamma National Development Plan. Full backing of the people of Ghana.
Insofar as governments and political parties would always draft their manifestos.
Yes, so
with their one this, one that promise of 200 this and 200 that. So forget about national development.
So this NDP will relegate manifestos. So when you come in and you are not able to deliver based on this plan, Ghanaians will see. I think that is the way we should go. Because the Inquisitor no pay say, insurgents attack threats. Hotels are porous and not near Sema, Albert Kandapa, Ediatuja. Terrible times for Wuntumi as NPP looks for regional executives. Dr. Prempe talks about energy transition financing gaps in Rwanda. Food safety. Dr. Prempe talks about energy transition financing gaps in Rwanda. Or the expertise no Rwanda. Well, Ghana no. Yankasa gaps no. Etumie bridge
there. Dum see.
Outside gentility, home cry.
Food
safety, Accra on time bomb. And Ofa Inquisitor no pay. Wabra assembly can't and why the kitty. Parts of Accra submerged again after hours of downpour. So again underline after hours of downpour. When the stories are Inquisitor, they are bound to pay.
Ghanaian publisher Asabi Sheikh's Ashanti promises to unite MPP for victory 2024. National Security Citizen Education Campaign. Ekoso Ewohonum. So also observer groups urge Kenyan government to release funds for smooth elections. Terrorist threat. We are on top of situation. National security. Eka. Call me promise keeper. President Akufo-Addo. Accra flat. Minister begs assemblies to enforce bylaws. We air the Ghanaian publisher.
The custodian newspaper and pay.
Mr. Mama paper no. And the Enchiana no pay. Mr. Mama.
How do you show?
Just in case.
Yo, how do I be on a pay? Michelle on behalf of Mr. Remonyamado and Madame Fatisha Ali. Miankasa Michelle. Bomodi say Shen. Yes, Bomodi say Obesani me high. No who's in China Michelle no. What?
Yeah.
Yo, custodian on a pay say Coca is best for Ashanti region MPP. Esibuati and Ekasa, German Ambassador Lord Dr. Kokotin for job creation. Enforce bylaws to prevent floods. As Esibuati charges MMDAs. Raymond, over to you.
What are you?
Enforce bylaws to prevent floods. Government rolls out public campaign to fight terrorism. And this is Oman for bit final paper and Oman for Republic Press and pay our win. NPP on fire as supporters set party office ablaze. Security on high alert. Information Minister reassures as stealth threat increases. Accra flooded again after hours of downpour. Food safety, Accra on time bomb. WHO confirms 80 cases of monkeypox with outbreaks in 11 countries. And Aguan district teacher shortage at Santro Kofi Bodomi LAGHS. Into any stories are and a Republic Press at the Abraham.
Sammy.
Yes, sir.
Saying himself flooded there a yearly affair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Monsieur Tomeba, and there's always a potential say be flooded.
Yeah.
And we had to wait for floods before Minister Bekache MMDCs and MMDA say implement bylaws and did we have to wait for that? These are risks we know. Known and knowns. Ultimately, say we know your name say Ebaba. Sammy, yatina why you say hi ma. Sammy, over the weekend me nyabo threat na me motor show. And the nam crew. Sammy damage. I do baby namisu. Oh, Sammy, I'm telling you, namisu. This shouldn't be happening.
Patrol, what is it? One who say we are say about one say about to Sudan. Yeah. One who Sudan.
We caught on.
Hey, akwe any nisu de be home. Rasta man na who's
At least
twice or home. Now him send your viewers in the friend. On friend Rasta man. Mishia man for na. Oh, Mr. Na Rasta man on the issue no son of this Rasta man. You go Rasta man.
Me chia me fans ni na no pay.
You go Rasta man.
The Informer and Opay say developments at UEW. Council chair asserts authority. Direct registrar to proceed on leave. The big story at what front page of the Informer. Political parties valuable than Ghana. CDD boss and other survey way abba.
And it's a sad commentary.
Oh yeah, very sad.
Very sad.
Very sad.
Very sad.
And
political parties.
What's my say? What's in America says? I mean, we need a shift from the status quo. We say assistant BBR. Because political parties are very powerful.
Yeah. The nation states.
Yeah. Allegations of extrajudicial killings. Police must restore confidence. Criminologist urges. As terrorists eye Ghana, citizens must be security conscious. Minister advises way any messenger kojo upon kruma ediaba into way the stories and appear obetumi akai ewo Andy can come informal.
The Economic Times, FDI decline in value by 51% in 2021. Public debt balloons reaches 391 billion cedis for first quarter. Expect erratic power supply as generating capacities inadequate, according to reports via Abetoja.
Read that again for me, Patrol.
Expect erratic power supply as generating capacities inadequate. Report. Fuel prices to inch up due approved utility tariffs to be announced July 1. PURC ENA. Ghana's rural telephony sites to be upgraded to 4G. And also GCB will support tourism-related businesses, according to GCB MD. Fitch projects growth. IPPs disappointed. Promote dialogue and synergies for trade transformation. Commander Sugar Factory to import raw sugar for processing. According to board. Stories of Economic Times.
Yes. Some of my 1st July now. But I'm interested in
me normal consumption cry now that me gadget back one say any mum no.
And of course,
Asa before asa 4 days earlier.
Yeah, so I mean, na own document na utility providers nearby say PUS insurance na fire increment.
yeah.
This week me do be remove kakra.
Mate.
Yeah.
Mate. Yo, yanto na yanko your website www.happyghana.com. Stories no ebi any terrorists can disguise themselves as pastors, Islamic clerics or CSO activists in Ghana. National security and ECAS are part of Accra submerged on Saturday night. I don't make promises I cannot fulfill. President Akufo-Addo and ECAS. Pablo Escobar was a man of honor. Ex-Ghanaian BBC journalist and ECAS. But I didn't review how person.
Oh, Pablo's trying me because that's social is
Okay. You need a strong candidate to contest one to me. I know Wildlife Division clears Bidiako to keep tigers at Wonder World Estates. I know GPRTU tells members to ignore comments by Deputy Transport Minister on the illegal fares increase. Lift Boku curfew. Security analyst B. Enna Ekasa and Madina MP announces youth in driving and riding initiative. Into we stories are on a pay. Happy Ghana at the Abre.
Citynewsroom.com and pay say government has spent 450 million Ghana cedis so far in addressing flooding. Asenso Boachi and on this assembly aba.
Yeah.
Same. Yakoba Mary Asa 450.
That's you.
Parliament resumed sitting on Tuesday. In Kwanzaa South, MP hit hints of planned demo over death of Albert Donko. Security agencies on high alert over terrorism threats. Government. Ghana Health Service wants Hearts of Folk marches temporarily suspended over strange disease. Otuaso Ewo citynewsroom.com and Opea other stories say Tolon SHS Fire Committee tasked to provide alternative place of abode for students. Albert Donko's death. Ballistic experts deployed to Nkoranza to aid in probe. Gas Central, property owners given 1 month ultimatum to obtain permits. Give us definite dates for a reassignment. Ex-toll collectors to government. Government to launch emergency line on Tuesday over terror threats. And our final story, Amadebeba essay suspended NDC Amasaman chair demands thorough probe into allegations made against him. And Ikopyumo Western North that disgruntled NPP supporters set party office ablaze at our win. We any stories are citynewsroom.com and the Abasami. That's a internal political party in Sensem no. Sisiano
Violent.
because Syncophobic repaint party office. Now supporters set party office ablaze. Some maybe I drew near. Well, wait the stories on citynewsroom.com.
Reuters News. He's building a real life yellow brick road without any bricks. I know a story. How Ghana is dealing with terrorist threat after 10 soldiers were killed in Togo. And also a story. We are committed to investing more in Ghana. MTN Group CEO and ECA. Saso and Ghana Post appeals to President. Terrorists are already in Ghana. Security experts B and ECA. Ghana's public debt hits 391 billion as of first quarter 2022. We air stories Albania. Google News.
International news from CNN. Russia's brutal filtration camps. Ukrainians must endure a dehumanizing filtration process to escape Russian-held territory. Here is what that means. Russian officer risked it all to quit Putin's war. And Russia's war creating damage that could be felt for decades. And also former Marine describes horror of Russian detention. And China is alarmed by the Quad, but its threats are driving the group closer together. And this is El Honum. Australia's seismic election results explained. And South Korea's coolest export isn't K-pop, it's this drink. And this is El Honum. More than 100 cases of monkeypox reported in 12 countries, including US. And Biden has test message for North Korean leader. We stories are on the pay CNN at the Abre.
BBC.com. And pay say Ukraine war pushes displaced over 100 million. Ukraine war pushes displaced over 100 million. We any figures are UN at the Abba. Formidable challenges as monkeypox spreads. WHO. Colonel in Iran Revolutionary Guard assassinated. Explosive Tonga volcano surprisingly intact. French street artist Mystic dies aged 66. Now, also BBC.com. I'll say Australia's new Prime Minister sworn in ahead of Japan summit. Worst floods in decades hit Bangladesh and India. 4 die as Lagos building collapses, and a huge rally for leading Turkish opposition figure. We news stories and pay BBC.com.
Reuters News: hundreds evacuated amid renewed flooding in South Africa's coastal province. Germany is keen to pursue gas project with Senegal. Egypt Sisi approves law to increase state budget by 6 billion Egyptian pounds. Tunisia rejects formation of advisory committee to draft new constitution. Ethiopian Regional Authority arrest 4 staff members of media group. SASO and work suspended at Botswana's copper mine after accident kills 2. We air stories are Oko Reuters News and Opea Ubenyebi Akai.
Na ye mo manfo akwaba eba jumedi ni so na ye ka se jumedi ekoso live on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We betimi a follow conversation on these platforms na or thought reviews and comments ni nya no o de afa ho na o de abre an pay jumedi no eso. Ghana Meteo for Adaro Mamusi and country Ghana for 26 minutes ago said sun and cloud would alternate during the day. Thunderstorms or rains are expected from late afternoon into the evening, particularly over areas within the northern and middle sectors. One more breakdown with the Maya and the Payno and no any one more say Aflau Accra and Afe Kaswa. Any Cape Coast would experience a cloudy and partly cloudy moments this morning with lowest temperature around 23 degrees Celsius. Area intermittent sunny moments are expected with temperature around 32 degrees Celsius, and thunderstorms and rains are expected with temperature around 27 degrees Celsius. For the northern belt, see in the Tamale, Bole, Damango, Bogatanga, Naleugu, anywhere would experience partly cloudy and cloudy moments this morning with lowest temperature around 23 degrees Celsius. Some areas may experience thunderstorms and rains, and some may experience some intermittent sunny moments with temperature around 34 degrees Celsius. And it would be same with temperature around 27 degrees Celsius into we and the weather update I bet me a day abre adofo and a pay eligibility in so.
Yanko Ghana Health Service 9 for COVID-19 updates and twaso. Active cases are 41. Confirmed cases are 161,351. New cases are 13 and deaths are 1,445. Recoveries and discharge are 159,865. Worldwide total figures are recorded 526 million plus 376,000 and deaths are 6.28 million plus 1,117. If you want more, you will see na social media akofa ensema ekoso ewo honum na Accra floods over the weekend. May assure say some of the videos any ade na flooding no ade a etire koso institute bremu ewo Ghana baby Accra particularly na Saturday night ensio etoye some parts na heavy and some parts so na as a drizzle but a toya for long hours throughout the night. Now, the over 12-hour downpour no resulted in heavy gridlock in major roads in Accra, leaving commuters stranded at lorry parks and bus stops. If you have cars, you cars are normal submerged. You cars, a more normal floaty, a bit more kiosks, any containers. Then you know, you know, atrium, ediomoko. Your videos be a person about MIT for near for na afe no. If we are not yet the comment no abetuaso. It's quite a disturbing video there. Yehuya commented by ABNA. Oh Jesus, this was my biggest fear last night because I knew I wouldn't wake up to good news. My heart bleeds. And those of you asking why they were shouting, do you realize they were screaming out of fear knowing someone was going to die? I would have done worse if I were there. Frank say their glasses are rolled up in chilled AC. That shouting won't go anywhere. Nabla say, and look at the noise they were making. Instead of you calling for help or look for solution, you are there making unnecessary noise. Emmanuel said, this is suicide by driving in the flood. God has given us brains to think as humans. That is why we are different from animals.
Are you able to skip some of these?
Yes. Dara say Accra floods need to go back on drawing board. Serious demolitions ought to be made. The rains have not started yet. This one was just getting razor. Kobe said, just out of words. Why drive whilst flooded everywhere? Just park the car no matter where you are going. If you want to know terrorists, terrorists in Sensema, Abepiemu, Deputy National Security Coordinator Edward Kweku Asomani NOC, the nature of tourism lately, it requires extra vigilance on the part of all Ghanaians in order to prevent it from happening in the country. Now, Ocheshe Muse, terrorists are adopting cunning and smart ways to carry out their attacks. Now, that is what they do not make their true identities immediately known. They come in the form of religious leaders or civil society activists. Now our address a press conference be on measures put in place to prevent the attacks from happening in the country. I quote or say, we are not insulated from those attacks, therefore we think Ghanaians should be aware. Why are we involving Ghanaians? The nature of the threat is such that it is not conventional warfare. They don't come in with the APCs and fighter jets. They come in all forms. It could be your pastor in the church, cleric in the mosque, individuals coming in as CSOs purporting to do community work. Commenter Banu Ebine. Sedina say, did he say CSOs? Is someone also thinking what I'm thinking? They have a goal. Ibrahim said, now that Russia-Ukraine war has finally come to an end, my guys are trying to shift people's attention to terrorist attacks. I wasn't born in the time of other presidents. Asiedu say, I know very soon they will blame JM for sponsoring terrorists. That is the whole trick of MPP. Gabriel said, terrorists can also disguise themselves as ministers and political parties. David said, if they disguise themselves, we will also disguise ourselves and beat them. Kofi said, the hardship alone is more than terrorism. If you want to know, na Lil Wayne so air trend na Lil Wayne Kumasi and I say three actor be a friend of Kojon Kansan Lil Wayne na wawari foforo ɔware foforɔ se na yere foforɔ no ɛyɛ love of his life a yɛfrɛ no maame sɛwa ɔno so ɛna ɔyɛ mother of twin boys na awareɛ no 6 years after several reports of na Lil Wayne no ɔwɔ yere baako a yɛfrɛ no Patricia cancer na 6 years ago and I'm say rumors ɛbaeɛ sɛ ɔmo agyae anaasɛ ɔmo ɛkɔ divorce ɛna afei no akɔware na yere foforɔ maame sɛwa aware no ɛkɔ so Saturday no na ɔba Instagram ɛna ɔbɛhyɛ photos of the ceremony no comment ɛbaeɛ ɛbi nie Ano, I will not read your comment. Emmanuel, I will not read your. In fact, me read the comments in the Another trend that Elko so Sir John na and also no comment no I can't read it into no. Yeah, find the song but ha and na trending issues no.
Sir John no na the
ABC. Na me trending issues in this.
I think that it's a fair question from Raymond.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a fair question from Raymond. For those who might not know what it is.
Yes. Document be about Betodja allegedly no ka say Sir John will na why answer free more answer well no eno na ye de beye adwuma na ensensem bi ebepie mu fans asesem bi ho a na amanfo linking to Achimota Forest ensensem a eba ebepie mu no nti saa na Emma Sir John trendy #1
okay I think there must be many board documents also.
We need board documents.
Na documents no on say I quite say page book me find book mpo document I staple and I'll be flip page na wa flip page back on na okwase was a last will and testament of Kojo Usuefi Sir John certified true copy 2nd 8th year August 2nd August 2021 registrar of the court and Amodiapa na as a point bi woma reference was made to parcel of land bia odima nkofo ewo Achimota Forest. I think na ama ensem na ba I say 3 different portions registered in 3 different company names na odima ne busia for ultimately forever.
Achimota Forest.
Achimota Forest.
The declassified one just recently.
Yeah, the declassified Achimota Forest.
Wow.
And then ama speculation. I think that's what informed that particular trend, and I can understand the kind of comments and for pass. I'm sure that's the story there. I'm sure in the coming days, say a developing story. So we'll get more details.
We would have to find the authenticity of the documents. Well, yeah, twice the EDC for CN countries. We can actually say it. But more than so, this can be a BCR or be investment on your own behalf and on your behalf of your dependents. Now, your investment, now you're not with the right entity. The room for challenges and sometimes you make the wrong investment decisions. Now, seek a akuloko baby. Now, I feel no actual. We don't want ekodom EDC for they can guarantee you so seek an awo at the amount you will never be found wanting and are lacking. They'll do the right investments on your behalf. They'll give the right advice and encourage you to save prudently. And to need EDC for Indian Komo and I'll pay www.ecobank/swama. Now, offer application form no. Now, if you what was now, follow process no. And I'll from 0302 634 almost ever so as now, once we go through the process now when you're financial independence. Yes, I say na imubo in semno imu anopai. Ray.
Yes, I mean flooding is I think that a very ritual. Say May, June, July dear. Any downpour could wreak havoc anywhere. Na asemba kwa kupiemo and say Mr. Asenso Boachi, our year Pinia, Minister for Works and Housing, or the Assembly to just say government has spent 450 million Ghana cedis so far in addressing flooding. So I'm historian to say government says it has spent 450 million Ghana cedis towards addressing flooding in the country in the last 5 years. The Minister for Works and Housing made this known while touring some some flood-prone areas in Accra following floods from Saturday night's downpour. Greater Accra region in particular has over the years witnessed flooding anytime there's a downpour. The situation has often been attributed to poor drainage systems and other human factors, including disposal of waste materials into drains. But according to Asenso Boachi, the central government is doing its part to address the problem and requires that other stakeholders, including local authorities and citizens, also play their part. While giving assurance that the perennial flooding problem is being dealt with, he said local authorities must be bold to take decisive action on buildings sited at unauthorized places. Quote, "What we've done is to provide some remedial measures, and that is to mitigate the effects of the huge running water. In the last 5 years, the government has spent 450 million Ghana cedis to invest in the expansion of drains, including digging deep and concrete lining, and that is to increase the drain capacity to carry more storm water. There are some causes of flooding: indiscriminate dumping of solid waste into our drains and the haphazard development of our communities, which must be checked. Those buildings in unauthorized places should be removed," he said. Now, Mr. Asenso Boachi further expressed confidence that the Greater Accra Resilience Integrated Development Project, GARID, under which the government has secured $200 million funding, will help address the flooding problem. According to him, the funds will help the government to, among other things, widen and deepen storm drains in the capital. We ene asema opinion ede atuja.
Was it that heavy? Because in my area it wasn't heavy, but it was, long, like long hours.
Torrential rainfall.
Yeah, it was. It rained for a long time.
But it wasn't heavy.
Time. No, it was heavy. At my end, it was heavy. At my end, it was heavy. It was heavy. So it's just going to be
lip service.
The usual passing comments, and we are done, right?
Maybe person may pass a comment on this.
Yes, that is what is going to be.
Yeah. Maybe person may comment.
So then let's move on to other issues.
Because I mean, media can say, you see, so I mean, Minister has mentioned some figures. 450 million Ghana cedis.
Did he give you a breakdown?
We want to know exactly what it was spent on, so that we can appreciate government effort. Because I mean, for some time now, we've spoken about Ofanko barrier, coming up to Tantra, or even Sport M. We've spoken about it. We've spoken about even Tesano, Ghana Technical University anymore. Pool of water here and Shotoa, Egada. We've spoken about Shiashi, and yesterday in the afternoon, even in the afternoon, after saying Shuna Toa Ijano, I got a picture from Zola no pay me chow. He had used the stretch, Legon towards Shiashi. Sami, it's you go one side of the road, so you can imagine what happens when it's raining in Ankasa. So Legon stretch towards Shiashi. Sami, I mean, how we saying that in our attempt to solve all these problems with your 450 million, we didn't consider those areas. Sami, let's go to Kanishi. In our attempt to solve the perennial flood in the Kosovo Accra, 450 no also Kanishi and its environment. Sami, I mean, you say Jumani, even Yam Petemuhaya, a higher friend is saying, he has his name, Adabraka. Sami, pictures and videos from Adabraka in the course of the flooding. Sami, you see, your leaders know. Sami, they should stop paying lip service to the matter. I remember Honorable Atachia at the time, he threw around huge figures. Ultimately said that was all we needed to solve the flooding. So I mean, today we have been told $200 million for Garrett. It's what is expected to solve the problem. So I mean, let's stop the lip service. So I mean, let people see what we are doing. You see, it's like, so I mean, when it's raining, Ghanaians cannot have peace. Just say, Ghanaians cannot confidently sleep and wake up knowing say, oh, PNC. So I mean, this is worse than terrorism now. You can't say no. So I mean, this threat that we see and no say bad. So I mean, and the damage it's causing. So I mean, it's worse than terrorism. But today we've shifted focus to terrorism, terrorist threat. But I mean, flooding is terrorizing Ghanaians than even this act of terrorism. Yeah, expect this, so I mean, let us deal with what is affecting Ghanaians now. Let us deal with what is worrying Ghanaians today, before we even think of the unknown. So I mean, flooding is a serious matter. And I told you, I mean, quarter of Accra. Look, even places like East Legon, there are parts of the road that way. You can't use it. Places that we expect to develop it. So I mean, you can't. Let's go behind. You find the same. Peshi, Chiadu Homununa. So I mean, Bush Road. Maybe I find a Bush Road. So I mean, you can't use those roads. But we have been told that money is being pumped into solving flooding issues in the last 5 years. But I mean, there's nothing to show for it. We can see. And then another promise comes in. 200 million is going to be used to solve this problem. So I mean, how many more times? How many more times? So I mean, we are tired. So I mean, Yabre. No, on a more serious note, Yabre.
Well, our Bobo areas.
Some people have phone lines. That's Ghana for. Let's tell you.
Areas. But the area that is notoriously known when it comes to flooding, when you see pictures, you get scared.
Yeah.
I hear from the Kaswa Tubus to Old Barrier, that stretch. Floods like a river.
Yeah.
River. And it stays there for hours. It doesn't drain.
You see?
After the water recedes, Ray, now you have to deal with the sand and mud that is collected on the road.
Double whammy.
Double. And so, in Shono, drivers cannot use that road. And so, I told my sons on pay. Yesterday, and I felt so bad because we feel 6, and I decided to use the Kaneshi stretch. I didn't want to sorry, but maybe I'm going to pack his own back on anyhow.
Yeah.
And now, baby, and soon back trick on the diacono. And yes, more. I say I saw damage. In Shuna, to a man for castle, Ramon. A trick on na they are called body, a man for bonnet, a man for bumper. Oh.
And rain damage to the engine. It's never the same.
And more than 15 cars. One lining up. Will be a Ekuta electrician. They are making an effort to try and start their cars. But there was something that was so visible, and that was the dirt that collected on the road. The rubbish, the waste, Raymond. The rubber, the what? The water bottles, and the what? Plenty stuck in people's cars. And you see, if we don't provide an excuse for the government will have no excuse.
Yeah.
That is why the government, through the minister, Mr. Asenso,
is telling us,
would this morning come and tell us the MMDAs.
Yeah.
The MMDAs must function. Where did I read that story?
Should enforce bylaws.
Yes, they should enforce bylaws. The custodian newspaper enforce bylaws to prevent floods. The blame is being shifted to you and I.
Yeah. Sanitation
because
bylaws.
Now we cause them.
Yeah.
If
you way they create the how do they call them the storm drains where we go remove the storm drains. If you way they create the drainage systems
and replace it with boiler.
Yes.
So
if you way they create the drainage system where we go come out the drainage system.
Yeah.
Where we go do them.
So I'm only saying Nadmo. Apart from a GNC now I'm manage disaster. So I mean no question number of reports on flood-prone areas. Nadmo, their ministry. So I mean, there's no place in Ghana flooding issue where Nadmo doesn't know, and a Nadmo and reporting Koto. But I mean, as always, Nadmo has become fire service, and I say the fire service is Jumayefo. It's here. No more the boat across here, no so, no more across the flood, no so, no more rescuing people, giving them blankets, rice, and more Sami. And this is just a crowd. So I mean, catch yourself. Kumasi, as we speak, any downpour similar to what happened here, Kumasi. Another ticking time bomb. Ashanti region.
The northern region is also by the northern part in by. A honey baby catches you back the dam near B. A back catches here back the dam. If you are near catches here, a fancy world standard dam. Our Honoma and into the wooden experience that we were going into the elections when the vice president was telling us all this. I remember that morning, one with the picture, even 2 Honoma, no more catches said, this is the state, the level of completion of the work. What's the name of the dam?
Palugu. Multi-purpose.
Yes. What has happened to it?
Party uncle.
You see, yeah, I can say, look, MPP needs to be a tikwa pie. Tikwa pie. See a kind of government who wants him. What the man didn't Ghana home.
Someone is a flats nearby, you know. Any MPP, any NDC.
He doesn't know MPP, doesn't know NDC.
Sweeping everybody.
He's taking everybody. He's taking everybody. But I don't know. Well, the path we are on, sometimes it's sad, that national service in Ethiopia, even today, Fatih, if we want to do national service, the national service personnel knows where the money is. What institution he must go and serve.
To get money.
To get money. Even in national service. And so they make calls. National service. They make calls. Me pay Cocoa Bordeaux, me pay what are GRO, me pay customs, me pay handmo. They have a list of agencies that when you go to, you go make them. And you know, it's sad. Because I asked myself, Fatih, look, let's ask this simple question. 2024, Yako elections, Yako Twaba, Abayan Asisa. Let's say it's the NDC government that comes. Are we really expecting that there's going to be some massive transformation within the next 4 years to really turn our destiny around?
No.
With, what do you call it, inflation rate of 20-something. Is it 29 point something this morning that you read for me? It was 23.6. This morning, somebody, I think a paper reported 29.1 or something.
Projections, yeah.
That they'll bring it to single-digit inflation?
Anytime soon. No.
Look, and then everybody, but can you blame them? Ramon, can you blame them?
Can we blame who?
All of us who want to make some money for ourselves and leave a legacy where our children will not suffer and go through what we are going through. Can you fault us?
I don't know, Becca. Some of your children say they are going through our educational system. Politicians only educational system and they don't go through. We bring out the mobile. So they mess up the system for us. Their kids are studying abroad. Yeah. Then they send us videos of their kids. Yeah. They send us video of their kids
performing.
Yeah. Just say omo cabrofo. Just say scream. Omo can. But look at the system they've left for us. Textbooks cry yourself. The politician.
I read somewhere said the Minister for Education was saying so textbooks in Zenzemne, but it's not true.
Honestly, it's not true. No, but it's I mean, flooding, politician. Education, politician. Healthcare, politician.
Well, maybe we are lamenting too much.
No, Sammy, we are not lamenting.
Maybe we are lamenting too much.
We are not lamenting. Sammy, we are not lamenting. I quite to say, politician in him say, oh, Sammy is saying, oh, Jam, they can't change the world. That is the mind of the politician. Yeah. Oh, Yabeka, Yabejai. And that it is always so. In your talk, then we start the talk shop. Sammy Jaya will stop talking. Into politician who are finding way. Then the next flat, Ubehu minister, was share reflectors. No, flat prone area say, Okako share say then they see. But Sammy, before you became minister, uhuye, why a minister? You catch you who reports. But what I see, I feel na yokoto. Sammy, we can continue like that.
I don't understand it. Like, what is different? Yeah, because saying you know this year, no, a door to change last year, dear. And I say, what? We know what the problem is.
Only the minister will know.
So what is the toll for? Really, what is the toll for?
Only the minister will know.
of Ankwaway. How many times? Meanwhile, our road you cry construct here how many years in here? So was it not part of the plan, or it was something that happened after the construction and the causes a flood? I wonder, it doesn't have to rain for more than 30 minutes. It just doesn't have to rain for more than 30 minutes.
Some
You
system.
know, Raymond, you remember the yellow jackets, France?
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
You see, but on my way, Raymond, say, Ayamaya near Brea. Look,
Look.
Raymond, I tell you, say we can stop these politicians.
Oh yes.
We can stop these politicians, and that's why I was sad when the trotro drivers made that bold decision that they were going to park their cars, and just one day of being called,
They change their mind.
they changed their minds. Just one day. Because you see, the trotro drivers could have told the politicians, say, you can't take us for granted forever.
Yeah.
The government wields a double-edged sword. One that brings relief, and that one brings hardships. What does the government choose? Hardships. Utility tariffs. And it is uncommon, we say.
1st July.
And the paper be catch there say, and then your production of power and so as of mine. A report, remember?
Yeah.
A catch say production of electricity and so as of
But
mine.
now, then we start again. And then we will be in a rush to go and sign contracts.
Yes.
Yes, I knew we are
How
not
no be bedidi? And will be a bedidi.
So I think say it didn't a problem. You see, it didn't is making it difficult for us to see clear solution to your problems. But rather no products that can help people benefit. So instead of solving the problems, I mean, we are creating products that will enrich people.
Yes.
That's
That's
what
all
we
there
are
is.
doing. Yeah,
That's all our governance has become.
Yeah. You create something.
Create and take.
Yeah.
Create and benefit. You see, and beautifully,
But the real problems,
it's not being solved.
don't solve it.
And beautifully, they do it within the confines of the law.
Yeah.
So there is virtually no illegality. Because what they are doing, it's been couched in such a framed in such a way, say it is within the law.
But we know it's a complete waste of money.
There's no value for money.
Yeah, no value for money.
But
So it's-
one more ebeye, because somebody will get a contract that he will live on for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
And phobia. On my own. Yeah. But anyway, come on. The lamentation there, insofar as we are in May and we are entering June, we will come and lament. So,
lamentation in the every
national security almost say we should look out and watch out. You know, did they tell us send who imam form ye fake, asofo form ye fake? If they say we should look out, what should we be looking out for?
I think, sir, the closest we have come to that, Deputy National Security Boss, Odensemba Kumino Atuja, has been trying to outline some of the measures. Bet to me, Abua Senabeya, bet to me tackle some of these issues. I must say, terrorism attack in Ghana looms. You see, so I mean, attention I am on this topic.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you that flooding is even posing more danger than this one. The Deputy National Security Coordinator, Edward Kuku Asumeni, has warned that the risk of terrorist attack in the country was more imminent. As such, he has reiterated calls on Ghanaians to heighten their security consciousness and report unusual activities in their area to the security and intelligence agencies for swift and decisive action. Now, Opache said within the first quarter of the year, the continent experienced about 346 terrorist attacks. Out of this, 49% has occurred in the West African sub-region. Now, Otaso, Koso, I'll say, it was to brief Ghanaians on the launch of See Something, Say Something campaign to be launched in Accra tomorrow. Now, Opache said he explained that Ghana was not insulated from terrorist attack. However, with a collective effort, the country could keep them away from its borders. So I mean, we need a similar, but I mean, me catch a security agency and say, oh, terrorists, no. And you're not a baby room how. And you're not a baby room how. And should they even get oxygen in your room how? Ghana for none of baby how.
You see,
and you see, so don't make it seem like Ghana enter the country and upon the Senate.
They won't come with the guns.
You think
they won't enter your country with guns,
But
holding guns and grenades.
They've already said that.
They won't enter with guns and grenades.
Ghana for the baby
because and remember, you see, the conditions we are in, Fatty, the conditions we are in. A young man who is looking for a job, a young man who is unemployed, a young man who doesn't know his fate. No, be about you. Mema 3,000. Mema $5,000. I'm recruiting you.
You don't even know what.
For back we say, oh, the for back we could see Hanum say for my.
Yeah.
For we come assume for we come assume for different times.
Types.
Yeah. Ah, what are you saying?
No, make no. You see, this threat, no. You see, let's not make it seem say we are preventing people from coming in.
Yeah.
Sammy, just one person can come in. I won't say a terrorist simple.
Look, before
what he can do on the ground.
Before you even get the hint, that's if our intelligence agencies are working. The guys would have planned months ahead.
Yeah.
What happened? USA.
9/11.
I have a
9/11.
question.
What happened?
I have a question. I know that terrorists just don't up and go.
Yeah.
What is attracting terrorists to Ghana?
And also,
and that's the question I've been asking. That's the question I don't know.
Because Ghana, we are not saying say we are fighting terror groups and
I don't know.
But also the argument has been made say terrorists like where there seems to be
volatility.
Yes. Automatically. Once they see area or who say about to fertile ground small activities now, they try to infiltrate. And so when you have hotspots, conflict hotspots, a recipe for the infiltration of terrorists in Yama. It's a say I drink to make cost areas, so to make sure say we don't have some of these cells, coming up in there. And say another time, but otherwise, yes, I mean generally, unka say ye BB and I be a ye one be a interested terrorists. They would want to take over. They want to automatically. Otherwise, you're not attractive, sir. Okay, when you say you're not attractive, sir. But I mean.
So almost say and now guidelines, what we should look out for.
I mean, you say at the end of anything. See something, say something.
Say something.
See something. Say something. I say, yeah, dear, we know slogans. Yeah, see something. Say something. Okay.
There's a movie called See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Have you watched it before?
Yeah.
You will laugh. Look for
see
it.
something. Say something.
Yeah. Okay. I'll see a slogan, HMS. See something. Say something.
Say something. So we got ahead though.
And to see something.
Say something.
Say something. As MC a bear adopted. A bear adopting your issue or your show. So well. Better than na say if it say something else was sports world now. If there is something happening in the world of sports, we will say something. Better than about. I'm going to say the sports update every month for some media. Remember Yamado I crowd out what they every way and I play sports 10 echoes.
See something.
Say something.
Any someone with the bread for a word Jamaican. So now Manchester City are to me English Premier League title for the sixth time. We first division caps in film there we a sit, but so they can't hold their 8th time and Manchester City to me English Premier League title na Ghana Premier League action of course. So Hearts of Folk and yeah there Premier League matches number to me up for now because Ghana Health Service had the release be apart, but then a preparative for a watch media also. Now National Under 17 Women's National Team, the Black Maidens. Now much na kuno on Friday to me achieve Morocco travel by 2-0. After the game, Morocco force Ghana, you do voyage players and a ball match no. Nina a sema with the preparative for a watch media so anope. Happy 98.9 FM and our Subusa UTA O share so there ETV Ghana and our O share watch media no at the Happy Morning Show Amerison. Some of the happy morning show sports updates ebe bremo. Na mameka will say 1xbet anytime it's here. Me the sports updates in ebro. 1xbet say okom website so 1xbet.com.gh 1xbet.com.gh register ne be a new account. You register now be a new account. I'll be my opportunity to enter a promo code. Promo code is enter a BETGH and a BETGH. You enter our promo code now. I'll be my 200% bonus on your first deposit. Wait the message 1xbet me fan 1xbet say undi 18 na memfa we need enter on my website to chabet betting. Hey addictive into bet responsibly. Wait the message 1xbet. Simon from Brel, and pay. Ebeshen Sam Nasi and Ebeshase from the Ghana Premier League was over the weekend. No, match 30 of the 2021-2022 Ghana Premier League season. Or to me, Eshisha so na Yakopiemo El Babaya Sports Stadium a shock result and Yakopiemo El Ho 10-man Brekum Chelsea. Echi Bobo Kwefren Kumasi Asante Kotoko Chamo by 1-0. Became United and Legon City shared the spoils 0-0. Dreams FC and Wafa. I can see no end day 1-1. BBN Gold Stars at RTA Chamo by 2-0. Elmina Sharks setting up here Emma Shanti Gold at Chamo by 3-1. Accra Lions and Indiana Stars at 0-0. Olympics setting up here Emma Midiama SC at Chamo by 2-0 to move to second spot of Ghana Premier League table. No so in Faisal any Carolina United so about 1-1 El Crosby Iwa Memorial Park. Osha Ghana Premier League table no so there. Kumasi Asante Kotoko despite losing over the weekend no are 6 points ahead of closest challengers I am Mediama SC. Kumasi Asante Kotoko ewo game in hand. Na third place ewo 49 points I am Bichim United and a Hearts of Oak almost more game in hand or more 47 points. Oko share bottom of the table there. 11 Wonders Wafa and the Sharks or more relegation zone. Na Asemba Kweko PMO over the weekend. Na eno a release every Ghana Health Service a buyer a fa Accra Hearts of Oak home. Na Osha in Sama Ghana Health Service a Kuchiegu Kata aswa. Almost a suspension of football games for public health reasons. Now, Omo Pacha said the Ghana Health Service, following reports of the outbreak of an unknown illness among the players of Hearts of Oak, Omo initiated necessary investigations. Now, per investigations, Omo findings ne HSA there's an outbreak of influenza A, subtype H3N2 among some Hearts of Oak players. We I say House of Folk players no omo to me prevent you from playing football. Omo this is a go hot send be ya to me protect players no any obi abeben team no and also to prevent the further spread of this particular influenza yare we area House of Folk camp nti we no I say House of Folk for now no omo suspended omo akensi a omo to me abo e Ghana Premier League no we any same kakra if we hustle eba me dey bre etiefo nti we no House of Folk enya dia omo to me abo omo matches in minimia. Yeremo ewa the camp of the Black Maidens over the weekend no and on Friday and the under-17 national team of Morocco is here at Accra Sports Stadium after 90 minutes of pulsating football action no Prince Maidens no to me a win this game no by 2-0 to ensure say take first leg lead going into the second leg because so on June 4 in Rabat we in summer if we were eba na Osha Sena Jumedian Air Course on dia. Now a splendid performance from the Black Maidens, the national under 17 teams. Team now Moshe names on bet me qualified to India 2022. Now Osha Sena Jumedian Air Course on dia. After the game, no Moroccans no omini NJ almost say on logic complaint against Ghana for what they say several overage players and the ball against way and in summer ye didn't be na hu Sena Moroccans and omo appeal omo pese omo ye no ebekwakosi. Yeremo ewa CAF Confederation Cup na over the weekend no na ye share name say Richard Ofori or your goalkeeper Emma senior national team the Black Stars of Ghana and Kwame Pepra also a striker Emma Boboko friend Orlando Pirates na share name so to me edinkunim na almost to me a winning trophy with omo club na unfortunately no Orlando Pirates any RS Berkane of Morocco Asia no 1-1 and I can see no to me after extra time. RS Berkane to me also a winning 5-4 on penalties to ensure that the Algerians win the trophy for the second time in 3 years. Sa and Archimedean Ecoso our CAF Confederation Cup number RS Berkane and a winners on Friday night. Yanko PMO our English Premier League num. Yanko PMO English Premier League num dia final round of matches our English Premier League to me Ecoso and na can't see any dia Osha result Yanko PMO dia na esewini and so catch Manchester City almost to me a winning by 3-2 against Aston Villa after going 2 goals down in the game. Now, Osha Sena Jumedian acquire between the 76th minute and the 81st minute, spirited comeback and Manchester City to ensure say omotumi winning English Premier League title no for the second time in a row. Na Oshese na Jumedi ne ekone dia we eye omo fourth title omo winning in 5 seasons under Pep Guardiola. We ene nsema efi ho eba Manchester City sisiane dia omo ene champions of England again. Title omo je last season omo tumi defend ya sisiane Manchester City na obia ehwe nim say omo ene top team ewo English Premier League no. Na after say akensi no etumi eba wie no na yehwe nim say players ben na obetumi enya abasobode na Kevin De Bruyne I friend KDB Abrantie we enya 15 goals and 7 assists in the English Premier League ono na penyon for ball na abaso say Premier League Player of the Season no ono na sakru anu betumi akwama no na Young Player of the Year ne de omo de ma Phil Foden ono so osi akan Manchester City yakopiemu Golden Boot ne de Abrantie I friend Mo Salah Mohamed Salah and Son Heung-min omo na omo to share goals to na in the course of the English Premier League season 23 goals and Abrantie no to share ya Mohamed Salah and Son Heung-min omo share Golden Boot no enti nipa bako beji bako na obiso aji bako Mohamed Salah and Son Heung-min of Tottenham omo and a Golden Boot na Mohamed Salah that's after providing 13 assists in the course of the season no ono enya playmaker of the year and also eya basobodia Abrantie Mohamed Salah etumeje ya o share relegation battle no dia Burnley and after say omotume lose to Newcastle United no they've been relegated from the top flight as isi ameka ko si akan our championship no to join Watford and Norwich City in the championship next season. Now top 4 battle no dia Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur omo ebe join Manchester City and Bobo ko friend Liverpool in the Champions League next season. Yeremo ewo Italy na Italian Serie A action also over the weekend. Final round of matches ewo Italian Serie A no. Na said to me decide the team ebe to me a winning title no. Na osha point difference that between AC Milan and Inter Milan ne dia. Na 86-84 and I can see no to me at the bye we here. 2 points and a separate 2 Milan clubs no. Na AC Milan omo to me and they omo 11-year wait for their 19th Scudetto. After say omo Bobo ko friend Sassuolo travel by 3-0 on the final day of the Italian football season. Now, Osha Inter Milan so they are to me a winning on match 3-0 against Sampdoria, but enya dia to me a J title no. Enti title amu winning last season no. To me a hand over to the Rossoneri, AC Milan and ewo Jumedia a corso ewo Italian Serie A no. Nyeremo ewo Formula 1 in Sensem Kaka because Max Verstappen to me a winning a third straight race of the season after say to me actually in the Bobre year pa I was Spanish Grand Prix course so I was circuits de Barcelona I was Cataluna Oshe Max Verstappen also one for Red Bull Sergio Perez I find Checo and also also second Emma Red Bull George Russell of Mercedes also third and I branch friend Carlos Sainz of Team Ferrari also fourth and Lewis Hamilton also fifth I branch I find Charles Leclerc or Chica Emma drive Emma championship team your friend Ferrari no I branch no Olusu power in the course of the race into no win to me in race no sa and Jumede no koya Tisiano Max Verstappen LED championship drivers championship no by 6 points ahead of Charles Leclerc over 104 points and Max Verstappen over 110 points sa and anyama koso Formula 1 mo na yakoremo basketball court so there Golden State Warriors have taken a 3-0 lead in the best of 7 series on the Dallas Mavericks airball in the Western Conference playoff finals koso den ahomachinwe omotimeche Dallas Mavericks actually 109-100 to ensure say 3-0 lead and take it ahomachinwe ya share name say our TD Garden our Boston no Boston Celtics and Miami Heat special for game 4 so far the year Miami Heat LED best of 7 series no 2-1 sa and anyama ekoso ho before me sorry so kaka no Kylian Mbappe Abrantie no si akan Emma Paris Saint-Germain na obia ehwe nim say Abrantie we bekwa kopiemu bobo kwa efreno Real Madrid, but unfortunately, no, Abrantie no decided say Oba extending the contract of Paris Saint-Germain to 2025, making him the highest paid footballer in the world. Abrantie no was signing dealer a year worth 50 million euros a year. Abrantie is expected to take home some 300 million euros over 3 years. Now, the signing of fee and Cassadia 150 million euros. Obia Efshenim say Abrantie no betcha and Bobre year pa Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Abrantie no total control of the image rights. We any in sema if we were eba we overtaking Messi or to make 37.9 million euros a year. No, Abrantie Kylian Mbappe Lotin or no, and Assisiano or a highest paid player in the world. Aha. And I'm really happy morning show sports updates in BC. For more sports, tune into Happy Sport at 9 a.m. on Hene Bampo Brenya and the rest of the team on Betinase na Omuden Semni na Abremo. Yabadani on Kaka, the Babaka, the happy morning.
Yo, nti yemobi bia akwaba eba happy morning show no so Saturday in fact CBG business tips and bro man for na afini in fact Ghana kasa embre or man for as well. Now CBG business tips no and almost 7 ways to improve the customer experience. Almost 1, create a customer experience vision. And that's to say, the first step in your customer experience strategy is to have a clear customer-focused vision that you can communicate with your organization. And to a very important is a business in Ghana. It doesn't only apply to the banking sector; it applies to every business. Be aware, be ano. And to yen sheno and so some ready and for Ghana kasa and bromanfo. Yo, as you say, the Ghana Kasa Ebroman for number be frame me so no 0244885140 0244885140 and 0555657278. Any of these numbers no fair, I'll be happy to speak to you. 0555657278 and 0244885140. But offer me now obodin baby I will free every men car man for say yen chiacha until ba 1p and I say with DC and I say constituency executive Debbie Ahayen Chacha. Oba, just go straight to the point and make your point no nothing. You're moving on. And two from as well. But more than I say with TV set and I say radio set no. Obe Luana Kakra Edema me senia Emma me feedback me assume. Nti anopay yenhwe enkoma amonso mudi ewo mo offices enkoma mudi ewo trotro no emu enkoma mudi ewo uba ne mu nkoma mudi ewo taxi no emu assemble and mudi hu nkoma if you say anopay you want to share with the world. We'll be happy to hear from you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Tommy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm from Echo, First Radio.
All right, Echo.
AK, better and better.
Yes, sir.
Apacho, since you are the Deputy National Security Minister today, you have a definite efficiency now.
Pacho, I say.
Deputy National Security Minister, no, see the definite efficiency in terms of security.
I didn't hear him say that.
Okay, anyway, is that also in vigilant?
We should be vigilant, yes.
Yes, but I think the promise is I think manifested must say they protect every citizen of this country, either on the street or in their homes. Now, say extra judicial kill is equal to a moment. It's in as they call it
terrorism threat.
Is it
terrorism threat? No.
It's in echo. The Rita citizen who are my but the security part of that. Associate think violence citizens they went out. Very unfortunate. In fact, I mean, my heart always bleed, especially on this administration. Who can try want to people to say? I want to say if you expect erotic one power a outcast also. I think John Dinapo. I think last week say, I do so they do. Also, on the other nice fact vehemently saying yet true. On our PPV report.
All right, brother. I'll thank you for joining me this morning. Number is 0244-885140 and 0555-657-2782 from here. Now Indi and Komo. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Anyami?
Yes, sir, Chief.
Over where you are?
Oh, fine, you're welcome.
Over can you joba?
You're welcome. I know the moment you say Anyami, I know it's you. You haven't brought the woman. And yet, you haven't brought the woman. And yet, you want me to respond. What is saying?
When you say one cry, now kasa.
And I send you a program and a cry, and you ain't in Krankasan.
The one Toyota.
Yanko.
Coming show. Let me share Fati. Any Raymond Yamado, alias the king is naked.
Thank you, my brother.
Moya de papa, because from 5:30, with your sa. Me bonfire say, Yanko Poma Musara, so Musala, you need to. So tomorrow you do something for your children. and now for yourself, for us to come and see, for our children to come and see, say submission or yadi papa. But I don't think so. Be flow Sami is shown now, one penny. But AB retired, flow is shown now, one kasa. It's shown.
I say controversial for quality issue.
Like me tears here. Or no first Sami is shown. You have flow is shown, and I want to say yes. Okay, the mama come and say me so. Sami. Sami share scriptures. One say, Niana Remo Ekano. This rain disasters are equals to woman, a very wicked than terrorism. I must say, whatever. Now terrorism crown. A woman might be able to be fair, and now Sami may be so. So if you are with you, not the person in Pana.
And a baby who number no.
And now who, but almost starting my information saying, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the kind of country we are in. Greenwich, up to now, every president will come. Nana Akufo-Addo anybody on the year noise. Your president Nana Akufo-Addo any vice. They make noise about all these things. But up to now, no, you see, you say, there's a connection. Me about you now. Very wicked. Someone say, "Uko party cry." It's so no eba. Then you have to force yourself and move from wherever you are. Now, who free sprinters? Bar, Sami. There's also what can say in the mobile. Who say not issue Chinkano? Sami say what is Kaswa?
Yeah.
Me customer alcohol, but me who pictures any video.
Yeah.
Sami, so what have every year this thing that have been happening? What are these people doing? I don't know what years ago. Almost years ago, come on the other. Nami Shram, why?
Yo, you better ask me say offer na about Jumedi no so also for me no boarding and baby offer free. Yes sir.
What's in a car? What
I have sat in a car. I submerged in a river.
Good morning.
Good morning, Chief.
Nana Kwatini Fefi Kumasi.
Yo, opening.
Said there na more kind flooding ekoso ewo man mu. I say no nipa na doso na kan no ba bi ewira ma ensuo emma kromo but then you see asisi adana chichiri nkro no nyina akokọ kwachiri enti ama ewira no nyina fifiri eho na ade ba ko a problem pa ne say enkofo mu sisi filling station num ne yi fele waterlock alias no enu na ha ade no nti ensuo nketenkete na nka ne nyina ba famu yo na nka abegugu ebi odo nam na akọbọ epono ni ade no ene wo masisi ni nyina enti nsuo no den a nsuo so ntumi nsi ne kwayo wo de ahwe asphalt no na pipe apai wase wo be se etumi explode ma asphalt no kura etutu e kiro se nsuo power yes see filling station yes see nsuo so eno kura na de koma ba bebrebe anka monkran wa amweni asante mai wo mu ka be se ufa kumase sketch alias no be se yadua koko ayi ebro num ni ade wo nsuo no anu kakra nsuo nketenkete na dada ene wo ma fili ni nyina o e de sisi filling stations do no odi besi bia stores no odi si do odi container na nanum so ade ba ko me ha me ne se ensa asi mu na mo se mo hwe so enso obi ye bibi sa nka ene edua si kroma na yetwa na odi container ababesi wo wonam kumasi ahyehyehyehyehye kumasi anka first me friend garden city no enne kumase emu o hye che atimuda just wo hye dem ade eboa wa ne se fine ne edum light kra de a ntumi nya hwe empanimfo mu na nanom a mo betena wo mu nkonwa so yi no mo betu wo menye sa na ade ne ti o ade na mo de mo peisu mo ye niema sa da bia me kasa sabe otikokọ so ye boat na nane akwa yentuma uko menhia wadua nua nyina twa menhia palace wo hia kama o ye forest wo but wudi krom wo na kasa so no ko
na meneni ni nkomo wai me do asan pay so from me from Kumasi. I hope so second for will be a ho aye Ramon and 1 minute ha and aye adwuma no enti take note. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Yeah, please, I'm calling from Sumanda.
Yes, sir.
Please, yeah, please, can I speak English? Hello?
Come again, sir.
Yeah, please, can I speak English?
Yes.
Yeah, please, we have two problems in Sumanda here. One, we have one gutter, a very big one. opposite the clinic. Then we have two main potholes in front of the Sophia Polyclinic. Hello? Yeah, please, I want you to tell the authorities this potholes last 2 weeks that caused accidents. Please you came to come and do it for us. It is very, very big. And the one that I'm talking about, the drain. Master, when the rain falls, all the water will come and cover the whole street, the whole place. Finish in front of so many finish. The place, no car can go, no car can pass. Everywhere is flooded. Please, we beg authorities, especially the national authorities in so many areas, to come and take that place for us. Thank you.
I thank you, my brother, for joining us from so many. And I pay Onedi and Commons with me a friend L0244 885140 0244 885140. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Operating Bokodia.
Yamia Dominion about as well.
Yeah, I'm going to have
You.
Two parties. Ghana, national party, you know. That NDC MPP, you knew when free war, or man because was thinking, because was thinking, Ghana Constitution must make amendments. And that's the best son of cry. Because all my constitution in the Amomo and can see a flood way. Can say, Papa Kukwado. Yeah, Papa John Mahama and a time is yes, it is some cocos. And Kawa, which is to you, and can to be Mahama cocos. What's the video on a certain contract in Alabama? Yeah, Papa Mahama, one contract somebody in Alabama, so OTT to your daughter, and you go see say. And can say, what's the video cocos? By instance, the Ghana Constitution, how much killer bomb would be fire, won't you know? What's the fan cocos? Not to know the power, no show in the power. By the year, somewhere that can say, Ghana, as a DCMPP, and you not Ghana Constitution, you're changing. And now, move back at the Kaswa, your friends, SEC, open you, and your artist, but the other your road, who say in so flooding, and here. Gatters no one shall correct Gatters, and young Gatters take it. Gatters in a movement. Who got all boots once and Yano who free throw and the cook anymore up to that on my found. Omiano, my baby, Omiano, my baby, so much lady, and your friend say, a people, almost lady, nothing. I don't tell you on you know to before. Who not you what you but almost he live in what in what could be. Apart from that, I know. But you to me a boy, any Ghana Union movement. Apart from that, in the end, any senior people, almost the boy.
I don't understand a friend now about Jimmy no SO. Also, with me a friend now only didn't come out and pay. Anche na minia Andy can come and become in sa no every and come Andy. But what the other call the other side no family because I pay me my baby and I'm no come out. It's the other side, no mammy. Now, Monso Amaka and Monya Mojuma. A branch of friends at Tilly, also your Wajuma and the power say 0244 885140. With me from Nana Medium Como and 0555 657 278. Now, also snow for another Jumedian, so I'll be happy to speak to you and I pay at least within the next 5 minutes there. I still have a lot more time on my hands to say Minubidi and Como. Chair and Wasem and America, the chair and Wasem and America, and he said only me Edin Command. Now, also know what friend now so what by a Jumedian as well. Dofnum Fumigation Services for C and Cancer say Unia. Say moi how fear say bed bags say tuntum say if I say war gecko say or war say whatever it is ticks fleece ninanum almost say they are better placed and well placed to disinfect your home for you and to uniomo ND and come over home Malam Junction adjacent Kitech Towers almost also specializing in cleaning of amount for restaurants, hotels, farms, warehouses, any apartment. And you know, if you want to disinfect and fumigate these areas, Pomodian said Union Bidding Common from 050 407 1884 and I pay Ojimedian. So number no is 0244 885140 0244 885140 and 2% from an Medium Command Player. Full license, you go so I be at tomorrow. Nobody and come Academy for saying country said digital master class in Egusua Ecoso and TT. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Brother Sammy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, me to know say never be wa yeah observe ye. Oshe isu eto any send yan sunsuan etwiba ye nkwan nimu a. Me bra time na sa land na work aswa broadcasting stretch
Okay.
Omonton ye Emma developers na isu to but that sand no emba o. Asase na wotonton na wo ye development wo ho no eno na ama isuo etumi anya etumi be ha yen wo kwan ne so yenye example the offer do akwan ne so a formally no do akwan ne so no no mo nse dan tonton isase ne ye it is you to me to but unhu anya sa but from now time mo fi ase ton asase no ama baleshi oyibi malejo that stretch ni nyina isiota sana yewo kaso akwane so the same thing until to most authorities na omun ye won adwuma yie eno na ema yenya sa problems no until patro de mon hwe ni yie those kind of areas ntam omun ton sase no na nsuoto tititi nyina nsuoto na sa nua na emba enha but in sase no mo fi ase ton na wo develop no and na my say problem and na two say so biata ni fie obiata tile cement whatever into insonito into me as asase ni as of into ni nyina be ko gate no na ma flood no ayekese and na obia person ni fie ye fe into problem ni dey onyankopon ba ne kura na ye just say yes it's attitude.
Yo, Mr. Meadows on a pace of frame was 0244-885140, 0244-885140, and 0555-657-278, 0555-657-278. Or frame me, I was on number basis, so I'm debating. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sammy. I want to say,
yo, what's your uncle?
So I Friday, and I pay CTV and your group. Hey, it's a bro. Now, maybe I mean, leaders, you need good leaders. And the town and country planning, also with human beings. And a bank contract, what I don't want to can only coming no contractor. That contractor, and say, but that the baby, I could do baby, I won't yet come a contractor. How we are. Now, what from a human number of customers to the labor, I could do with the man with no Messica. Now, Messica, I should. And a bank, Chicago, that yes, more contractors in my own complete human. Yeah, CTV and the payer, and young. That man has been shown being cocked. You are more problem there. You have to educate and form and more entertaining. That man, Bamba, Communion, or two or don't know what about the contract. Chicago do something with your man. What about the contract? And so more because everything is a root, Ninian or one, or cover a bank machine will do to about any more again there on one fool and then work as your own car. That's where the man contract, a woman will demand the contract. What will no man say? I didn't tell you, no one in Chassia. Now, leadership, Lancashire, and the cow and country club number of what. And I want to 1 year show on Cabusum. That word that I say town and country planning. We are no more planning country in town in our account. I have trouble cabo some. Obi the see than you, Obi the trouble to, Obi the woman says, what did you look at near trouble?
All right, Meadows and the pace so from in our Benjamin. I believe that would be my final caller for this morning. Into also na Yendi and Komo. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Pacho, didn't baby have a penny? Yo, Yanko. Yo. Pacho. Yo.
And you know, if I'm out with Nana, abandoning in the woman, and if you MPP, will be our young. Yeah, near the Chromtocracy, and I am out. Genti eyo gundi mata tani tinde kanti man ko kwaso tanzani nemu kanti man ko kwaso enzi to ama efani nyina sei tama ye beto aba mo so be yegotet to the minia and we are one green power no ogano who and way the bakaba yo mobo gomo e diga pa ba policy ahodo ene nyama ahodo gbeta na mo so be na o ma anye na ba ye da sa ja gu no mother efin ene is you atoni atake ku power na mother nya da getondi mon command people for into say a man say out and the Mampania and people one of them no hana o makambo mo no mo ye no ho na bi tia ye no 2024 no mo kana o ma position no ma ka bia o mo pini.
All right,
na ye wo han o mo nyine ye ho
medose no pay so frame me when me final call on pay me no di enkomo yo yanto so na me ka man for say e academy enforcement kan say digital marketing master class no egusu a ekoso na onso obetimi edo ho agemu na osua senia obehu wo Instagram senia be use ni ye o Facebook be use ni ye o Twitter o TikTok any other social media applications any other social media tools Facebook say when you say Facebook wo mo ewo suit bia obetimi use for post awaya for pages and now a lot more access to a lot of analytics with me with respect to page our manager na so when you unimo obusua digital marketing master class na menia obenya adesua pabi na onsusu no odi aboa ho obetumi afre empenyufo 02022222092 na oniomodi nkoma na so oba salam da hanum say na so if you're happy for mana ETV Ghana we do reception hon ma catch say digital marketing master class and also person do ho ebedom nti womo edo befa kwan a onso betumi asua na wabeka ehom CBG Enforcement Council say womo application no it's in the public domain at minia so obetime install and we use so Google Play Store no any App Store no obetime install app no na onso no we use so there fene say one more app na password protected and pin protected until nobody can access the details of your transactions and account details no if you're using the application and it gives you room to do a lot with the application, checking your balance, the ins and the outs of your account, what's going in, what's coming in, the debits and credits that's going on in your account. Transfers from your mobile money to your account and from your account to mobile money. And why don't you install the application on your phone and utilize the benefits therein? For ASCBG4 0302 216 000 na onyomo ND and Komotisitom for CN Kanchagana for no matter what we do, we all face judgment. It's even harder when you're a mom and people tell you how to care for your family. As a mom, providing the best for your family means relying on your inner strength to make the right decision at the right time. And when it comes to food, you can rely on Tisitom Enriched Tomato Mix is what we all use in our homes. Enriched with fiber and vitamins, Tisitom is perfect for giving your family nutritious and delicious meals. Royal Aroma Fonso and Kancho Man for said, Odi Tisitom no boost you no na onwa womo Royal Aroma fortified rice no unso onwa bi na onwa bi a otum say yes enkwada no omu didi a they are well nourished omu edi balanced diet zinc, iron, vitamin B3, B6, B9 and B12 obenya ni nyina na emono so no ni taste no anuncio de and momodi answer unso benya Royal Aroma fortified rice bi na unso ato na odi aduane de ama ofiefo opening kase andi kan kam element channel pay menino edi enkomo na I will say Audu Mahama ebeka yensa anopay but due to an emergency and when to me America yensa anopay Audu baby Obiano we wish you well and we hoping that things would fall in pleasant places and anopay many Andy and the studio hanum say Andy good morning.
Good morning Sammy
na and mum to say anopay
Sammy body dey che hunam ye
akaniaka so to say
paya no me boa ma o se senya me boa na ekoya na abehwe unia
mate so to say me ba office odi
me this all ma
and now what is me ba office na e ba na anomo na oti
no de yan kan ha
da bi yan kan ha yin tin kan da bi abi
da bi anya bibia na kan kwa ho and ya me ma o kwansa. Yo, in Kranza killings, and
Papa ya okoto sesibo sijata omienu. We have been told say he's been cleared. Obetimi keep him one, even with the frustrations and concerns of the other neighbors or Moti area hono no. We are being told well obetimi keep him one. And senior Accra a flooded, you know. And home come and only in some I see any so and pay. But I don't know, say aside these issues, you know, whether there's any other issue that you felt should have made it onto the bill, Amiki.
So I'm a quick one. I'm say need your member chair. Tier for na dodo na mo hwe na esra mo say abetra ha nyansa ne ni ba ko fotri bia betimi aka nsem bia ento asomo omo ya mo fanche omo so omo do omo contribution ba na eja omo so omo dia ba woni die so me say this security alert following the threats from these extremist groups and see how the state's institutions, and I mean the national security, more boy koko. Yes, I think that is a step in the right direction. But on my observations, Bebre, far Sane Mabiho, in as much as the calling on we the citizens to be vigilant in our communities and report suspicious characters to the intelligence agencies. No, we say what a weekend me call Mr. Krum and decided to visit some public places. I went to some malls. I went to some big hotels, and you could see, say, Sami, I mean, security was just porous. Yes. Meanwhile, these are places. I feel that the same mall say it's an easy target for these groups.
Yeah.
And when you go to the hotels, yes, I mean they be a cedar. And so I will urge say they should engage these hotels and these shopping malls. So they are beefy up security.
Okay.
I think that is very important, and they must also not close their ears to intelligence and tip-offs. Maybe when you call these people want to drop them some intelligence, they feel say you are worrying them. Meanwhile, security, we all know, it's a shared responsibility, and it starts from our community. So we say, yeah, dear, na mo, adi ye pese ye boa na mo pese mo tie ya. I don't think the enemy will get or will consume all of us, but I pray that that will not happen. But some, you see, in as much as government is urging us to be vigilant, then I say for Bible mukra nsan onye adwuma no na obonsam timi use no. And so yes, people will get into such ventures or will allow themselves to be recruited if they continue to be marginalized. In a society where you have first class, second class, that classification of the citizens a hard dream. What they say, ufa miamia bi wo Ghana, we feel say nipa ni ho, light ni ho, ni na sefo. I mean, road network very bad. And I happen to drive through Teman, Abokobi area. So I mean, that road network there, something needs to be done. And yes, if our brother Sosu LED demonstration some time ago said, I want to enye papa. I think the Tema road is a very terrible one. Very, very terrible one. And that stretch, the Abokobi Honomono, the municipal assembly or the Gan East also. And I think that something ought to be done about all these things. They must create the jobs. When people feel marginalized, politicians, and that observation also made by Professor H. Kwesi Prempeh said, political party are more important than Mother Ghana.
True. So
when anything politics, I mean, is valuable than Ghana. People don't think about Ghana. It's all about their political party. It's about protocol. And I think that we must begin to have a different conversation. Ghana, if the people feel marginalized, They say here mineral resources here. We go to some of the communities, Mutusa, Agudieni, and so forth. They are very poor. Potable water they can't drink. You see, they won't get to drink. And such people, if they feel sad there is nothing to be done to put body and soul together, and they are being bait with these people that come, will take care of your family, they will allow themselves to be recruited. And so government should also be looking at that to provide the citizenry with, their needs. I'm not saying they should shoulder everything, but the basic one, because if you flip through the Constitution, Chapter 6 to be precise, directive principle of state policy, even the building, if you crisis almost but the caveat there one is it's a government giving its resource constraints. But I think sometimes when you hear the reports of how politicians and those in the public sector I mean, now a man for both. So who is going to think about us? Who is going to think about us? I've been a kind of sense Ghana phone idi. And yeah, Burkina phone babedi. But moody no, I said Nyansa, na I said somebody to him. Na I said, yeah, so a man for whom by him harm. So I mean, sometimes when you listen to some of the stories, it's very pathetic. I mean, I say we'll go to the flood. All right, before you ever call flood, as you know, when prompting your viewers and your listeners, I'll be speaking to Brigadier General Nuno Mensah, Yajine thoughts, Kakra, the threats of a terrorist attack on the country. But Andy, they say we should look out for and we should watch and see. But before that, me Brigadier ND and Komo shortly, and then back to the studio. General, good morning. Good morning. What's your impom today?
Moye, one of there.
What's your uncle?
Oh, Mr. One Conscience, and one and I'm far away.
What's your fortune? Maybe what's your
fortune?
What's you? Uncle, if for terrorism, no one sends them any eka. I be in some national security worker, national security minister worker, often the possibility of a terror attack. No, you views kakra. Then,
as somebody who had been in the system for quite some time, Mr. Modebazna, you're the terrorism or attacking war. So, Bibi Baba, I will be Bakawa, or foot him knockout. As I say, I want also what to knock out. Otherwise, won't to knock out. Terrorism on ye, terrorism. If you ask about when you sympathize for Kuma, that's my say. Then when you be up in that one, and as you actually Guinea and Mali and young coffee or what you see, or Brandon, Burkina Faso, when your problems. Yes, as why did the problems arise in those countries? On what yet I ever prevent. Only you what that's one to in a happy going people. Ghana, be an one, be in Boyan, I mean, a bit of what could Ghana about join. You enjoying. Oh, my talk. But so what I want to show. Then answer, Memenda, Moko chair. But I have to go there. But as I'm moving, the moment I Ghana, your problem. And when that problem, I want to say unresolved. Makola Ofi, Novotel, a Class City Council, Betty Bend. What's for planning now? I'll be at all alone. Mamma, not what, but the other from fair, local secondary school. And then the poverty at its worst. Nine plan peonizi, that's all a one young showman, you do now. A Pobon Babacoma. And I probably a document will be been Punzi. And when I see in that conditioning. Anyone can go for the Monfame and Green man. Why do you know what now with it? Now pay a land cruiser, a condition issue, name you come as the best of Mombocana, Ghana Marcos. So what I'm saying is that I want to abandon training every year or take interest of the people seriously. The people will protect that, they will protect that a Ahotan. More to American Mobia Bank, more protect come as the man to man on say. Mama Obian said, what's your friend and some. So what I'm saying again is that what I ban Ibwini. Now it's also that way. You wanted people to come and make life better. But we are making a manifold. I'm not saying that. Largely, or you're outside the now by impacts on us. Young woman, I'm at the young 85 years. I'm who be that. Name me a medaya, Mr. Muhuyan coupon. Now I'm able to one Muhuyan coupon. Now I'm moving Macolawa. Make sure the mammy Tom. I was a little boy. Mammy, no, but try to one call to win about. That impa Muhuana would book 1 inch. What block? It's a one ye. It drive 1 year. Couldn't it's almost like you can't govern the country. Now, ban wage out to work to 1 hour. But you won't go to my one to once now. No, what waste you can't drive 1 year. No, and yet they won't to 1 answer. No, there's no sense in driving to market to go and buy the babies you are more Macan, more a Nungua, more Tishi. Yes, again, young woman.
All right.
Those people should have their markets there. So that I don't want to own Tom. The kind of one film out May, a Bonnie Babaha. And I put out, you know. Being busy. And so one fair man of the year, and then they will respond by making sure our man are safe.
Uncle Maybe so the way and manner the national security is handling the communication of this terrorist attack they are working once him no. Also when you are
with you, Magazine directly from him. Governor, people like you for the media call and talk to me. And I meant it word for word as I'm okay. And that's one by man. So the for another order in there. On your dominant Mujuma to start with. On your Yajuma, Yababa man over. There are people who are paid. There's a military who protects us against a attack from outside. There are the police. There's also the immigration. So border is you won't come off your border. No one what they would mean one will bring when you are. That is the first entry point. Will be by business because some of Ghana. One will be Baba. And when the ordinary people, they come to my in there. What was there? Only for Bonibia. The Martin Pemuni, or young papa. Now, they make a demi in Panangasa, or see, young boy, Banamon man or ban. Or the mean in Panangasa. No one turn. But what they should be doing as security people, the president, the minister, and the rest. Only with me to what I'm about. No way in ye. Now, you can so talk a crack. But so Ghana and the side more. I the mamma in Paboni be a good and a wabber go yaman. Mamma no quamon yet. Now, what talk a cramber? I want to know there. What about being in Panama? I mean, I'm aware by youth. What of I don't saying whether Guinea, Mali, or youth was in what was not only youth in the was in. I mean, I could 85 make a coin. Youth was one tongue. So issues not that I'm going anywhere. No resolve. They are going to cause the problem, not people like me and or you.
Now, Bibi, the young boy in Inua, na young share you papa for be a report. Now, I'm a métier, madam, who there. Or in Pabon.
You do. Now, me catch it. There is a problem. There is a problem of the security people, or your military from outside aggression. You, no, I'm saying that. We are attack Guinea. We are attack. There are these people that are in the sub-region. ISIS now they were having. No one spoke about Boko Haram in Nigeria. As well, I remember when you're terrorist. I'm a terrorist. A friend, Mammy to do. I terrorist to become chief of defense staff. Why then Kofu be one? Remember when you're terrorist? Why you watch that? What the one? What's the one? Because we feel the reason. What be angry on you see, why in Nancy America? A boy, young boy, working with people who hate the black people, hatred, Ogunkumo. When see outside of attack America for, if inside the country, see the American inflation, it be back about with him. Anyway, and so one hour that woman, oh, ye, will be. I mean, I don't maybe say me, how do I know? Besides, auto, Bancho, Macoloto, Bancho, a quack up anymore. Argument a bunch of talk to the Queen number 2 Galamana. It's the only one from the president, national security minister, the coordinators of security. No, what you would be when we train. Now, what about this in Pabon? No, all about Babas, whatever I say, to no beer or Ghana now, no, or no one. No, it doesn't have to always have people in the country to assist you. Echo Ukraine, as I was Ukraine, the rest of one day. There are people who are in Ukraine. who are saboteurs, who are also like what what feed information to the enemy. Na you feed information to the enemy. Do you Ukrainian, but no one to pay to a man. As your power Ghana, your NDC MPP. Now what you one green for how can the people also help you to protect the country? It's about let me try to one green or man. You can cut the youth or too many problems. I mentioned this before. There are too many. Come Makola. Don't go miss and go for Sabu Ojawana Wainfa. And they do poor. It's a go in the black bed that you got them or a Sabu what I told you. What kind of country is this? Or say Yumbu money.
Yo, General, and a paper do I say the agent burner in anything come on.
But that's why I'm asking for sure.
Yo, Mansum that's Brigadier de Mayor for Bacope. Mayor for Bacope. Metiniswan Master. Brigadier, Andy can come so chill on the page. Yo, Andy, Membrao, back to the studio. He made a point about a terrorist group cannot function without allies already in the system. What do I need idiot here? Na, what do you know who's saying?
Yes, Samayam is may so rest in peace. Former President Ronald Reagan says Abu Abubakar my friend to me. So, the caution statement National Security Outfit started to say more issue since last week. There's anything to go by. I am tempted to believe these extremist groups, at least Omabedru Ghana, all they have to do is to increase their intelligence gathering to be able to close upon them. Because I mean, at the time now, COVID by close borders crash, and uncle for reports by the Ghana Immigration Service, I'm to make a chairman for. Our borders are very porous. From Basa. And so, I can say, like, I may make a general ever see so. If the citizens are hungry, they feel marginalized. And Obiba, ebe expose be beach romo, and be some way na mobenyesika. I mean, they'll fall for it. They don't care. He that is down, fear no fall. After all, they have put their trust into the system, and I mean the state, and the state is doing nothing or less, it's not doing much to help them. So they wake up how to put body and soul together, and now work on. See, if people are gainfully employed, people are happy. I mean, in terms of what they do to put body and soul together, you think that they will have the time to even engage any extremist group or agent say, recruit me and so and so. It's because, Charlie, they feel very marginalized. And with that level of education, they have no option than to fall to the request of the amount. And so, Sami, I'm saying national security is calling on us that we should look out for them, we should watch them, and we should report them. But I think that the chunk of the work is there for them to do. How well are they policing our entry and exit points? When you go to the voter side, how well are they policing that place? Now, at the time that we have this border commission, that we expect that entry and exit points will be well tightened. I think we can almost say they are the most CCC poles to demarcate your boundaries and stuff. I haven't gone past that. I think these boundary demarcations, I see that. But we must police our borders. That is one serious thing that the national security should be looking at. Well, the information minister and their presser yesterday, the joint presser by more information minister and national security, they said they'll be rolling out a lot of campaign to sensitize and educate Ghanaians. Yes, we are prepared to be educated. we'll take up whatever education they will give us. But we also expect, say, as a body clothed with the power constitutionally to ensure the security of the state and its citizens, yeah, expect this, as you must step up the game. Because this morning, no corner borders in Basa and immigration service very they will deport them. They will go, but the next moment they are here. At the time that may come, Mr. Sisudia said, at the time that COVID by almost say you are closing borders, now for famba. So now more fine. So the security personnel, so the immigration officers, they must also they must work on them. I mean, not young kwao, but more border national. And they know that it is their mandate to police the borders now. But they allow them to come. Because in Crawford, I'm family in Albano. So I'm for border. So I'm for na so some Nigerian movements are canon. Whatever we realize as a state from the little taxes that we mobilize must be used judicially to the benefit of the citizenry. We must create the jobs for them. When they are gainfully employed, I mean, I see no reason why they will allow themselves to be recruited by this extremist group. But the extremist groups, I mean, they have strong allies here. Nobody should doubt it. They are here with us. So it's about how we'll be able to identify them. And only God knows. With our level of, when we see suspicious characters in our community, quickly we can report them. I have been reporting a whole lot of them. For me, I've been reporting them. So movement, quickly I call. And some of the instances, it end up saying Crawford, papa. And I think one basic thing is who fear now Crawford baby tons scraps shoe shining and so forth. No, those people are spies. They are working for a very larger group. So we should be on the lookout, fine. But Sammy, when all of us are happy, I don't think this extremist group can penetrate. But when we are not happy, we are hungry, we don't know where our next meal will come from. And you expect that person that say obi baso oba be recruituna on actually.
Well, shifting gear and go quickly to a downpour Saturday. And the headlines. Virtually every paper is talking about it. And again, we are told that the minister has been going on a tour to see the extent of damage. And NADMO is also following. The usual rice, any blanket.
So you see, Ghana, we have a problem. Every time I remember Ghana Casa program, I'm so be a comment be about the institutions. The institutions must work. And if your institutions no year Juma, that is the end of it. Because Sami on say May, go and pick the papers 5 years back. Senye Juna, Ebia July. It's about floods, it's about fire outbreak, and one no. Ebia this year, about May, next year June, it's the same thing. And the report will capture say the minister is on a what? On a tour. Ebeba, last year said by. So what are we talking about? It's about the institutions working. Sami, the Environmental Protection Agency, is supposed to handle permits in Asefo, to liaise with town and country planning in Asefo. Sami also be Nimobi or power. And found ono ne freedom na ope inti waterway no obetimi akwa sit down also. Yeah, obetimi akwa sit down. Knowing very well say dan am ikwa si it will block the path of the water and it will worry people. But what are the state institutions doing? Town and country planning. Who sit down obe say o betro stop work blah blah blah. But obebano notice no ho na microphone isi.
Now, person ni panenya den Andy.
No, tie.
The bureaucratic processes one would have to go through. Rent is killing the individual. You may not do what me savings when you 50,000 or so the quack in the foundation. Why in the foundation we another 50,000 or the raise I could do lentil. Now I think other frustrations ever to na kwemu.
So I mean what do you term frustration? What do you describe as frustration? What we are talking about people building on waterways.
Yeah, no.
And I've witnessed instances obiako sit down waterway. More catching us one yai. Sammy, I was there with the town and country planning people. Papa no, they say oh yeah penimu abamunti. I must amount me on your but you see nyami on pebone. 2 years after no, and then show na a level papa ne dan. A level ni dan money yefe. And so many can say when you identify those buildings no. You don't need any executive instrument of power. Go and pull them down. Okay? Yesterday, I could feel the frustration on the part of the deputy NADMO coordinator, Abu Ramadan. Let me say, refinery be almost musi watema, a private one be, and virtually blocky waterway no. And in Shunu to no, regional community no, as Saint-Crophonia or community no. Basa. So out of frustration, the people charged on those working at the site. To the extent said, in order to run for their life, ebimu eko lagoon for so another rescue operation was carried out by the Marine Police and NADMO4. It is worrying. We must let the laws of this land work. As a DC, as an MC, you don't need your minister here to tell you that, listen, you have this mandate to do A, B, C, Y, Z. But they sit down there, they don't care. Some me say, oh, me post, me DC, because some I won't see that this thing will worry, the larger community. Then I will allow, say, because of you, you are my party member, so you can build on a waterway. So when there is a flood, we should suffer. No. But I think that this issue of flood in Accra, government and institutions of states ought to be very proactive. Say flood ba, now but the minister is on a tour. Tour no the ombe next year. These same headlines beba. Accra flood after dampo. In Profonia say minister is on tour to assess the extent of damage. And one no, what are we doing? What are we doing as a state? We need to be proactive. And the proactiveness I'm saying is that, listen, near my and 4 year no. Number two, I was saying preppy, se flood no bar, you feel say a buying and a best sika. Those are the affected, so no. Massa, it will have a toll on you. Because Kwabrani bet me a tambola friend if you have a good gatam. And since you to what will happen? Now a flood. So at least we should be responsible in our actions. That is the only way. If you go to Circle, that or door place there, see people dumping refuse all inside. Meanwhile, every year, so Abamba says, dredge masters, they are coming to clear the rains in Asifo. So Sami, these headlines will come every year. If it is not in June, it will be in May. Like I said, Ghana, there is a problem there. And you're flat. Say you're flat. And a fire outbreak. And I come. And I don't know. And so government must be proactive. The institutions must work. And Crawford must sit down waterways. And many we are more identified. Because even yesterday, I could feel the frustration. And I heard him, right, Abu Ramadan, saying, in Crawford sit down, especially Tema. In fact, I think that the worst affected area, and after the example, no, Tema pa. Now, what can say, in Crawford sit down, or water was in a safe for. So once they've identified those facilities, or waterway, listen, they don't need any special order from the court or from Parliament or from the executive. they should just pull it down because it is there. Say, won't mean sit down or waterway, because the water must find its level anyway. Into what sit down now block here, massa. I mean, we shouldn't care whose horse is God, be it the minister, an MP or whoever. Who could sit down or waterway? I say you pull it down because who know you won't use your happiness and be to money be affected. Do na. I will only pray say. So far, I'm in reports
Andy,
of any
maybe
casualty.
Question because so far they all can say, oh, and building on waterways and building on waterways and building. Is building on waterways the only problem? Look, the suspect areas, Kaneshi, Circle, Kaswa. Is it building on water areas that is creating the problem at those places?
If you look at the carnation in Asefo, also the proper drains be any hole.
Yes.
And that is what I'm saying. Is government. You see, in
yes.
Let me say last year, a time Yura Asensobuachi was appointed a minister. Proud to the rainy season, or pro, I identify some communities. I will say, oh, drains and yet papa, they are not properly built, and that they will do something. Let me say just after the tour, because for carnation in important more.
Dansuma.
All
those places.
Drains in papa. So I think that government must also invest heavily and I am constructing proper drains. But the drains too, no, they are not meant for this that is another side of it. So government must invest. Government must be proactive. That is the proactiveness that I'm talking about, sir. We shouldn't wait until this happens. Now, with the cameras and say the minister is on a tour to assess the extent of damage, they be us. Meanwhile, now man for bread. So,
Andy, you know, I am not holding brief for a moment to talk. And we are near the Edigo Gattes move. I won't attempt and I won't even try.
Yeah.
But Opa, you're nanti in free circle. You're in so kind. Nien to my uncle first light. Nah, Andy, share the number of times I will garbage collection pointer from circle to first light. If you want ma, Opa yen free first light. Niembora dansuma inside on Mataiko and this areas on. Now the number of times who saw many rubbish collection points now. How many would you see in these areas? I'm not justifying the actions of these terrible people. No. But I'm asking, say, you fancy nipa nipa bonin waye. So that nikugu gatamu. But I'm into what the kwaku gumna sen and chair on our who's a beer de bola egu isi on ma into a phantom. Look, it's a multi-headed issue.
Yes.
Because you see, even when those things have been provided, not nipano edi ne ball and ne koko sadi nimno, and sometimes days.
Yeah.
Name collect it.
That is the collection and
days.
Things
not even collect it.
In some communities.
It's not a bottom. Not a go now once na name one a health risk. And the people in that community. And it's a huge matter, Andy. Huge matter.
Very huge matter, and we must approach this with all seriousness, both state and with the citizenry. But I think the state has the bigger burden, must provide the necessary platforms. Citizens, so will help them. Because the issue of this collection of this garbage is also another point. Let me say. When the Minister for Sanitation launches a project here on Monday, continuously to Miami say yen drop a liter woman. Some places 5 months can almost necessary, and the collection I think has always been a problem. Sometimes when you investigate, the waste company say we've not been paid. So all these things forms part of the proactiveness of the state making oneself. Because people feel say, Master, there is no place to dump our refuse. But say how can you? For the fact say you have not been provided with those bins, I mean it's enough justification for you to engage in that beastly and conduct, it won't help anybody. At the end of the day, no, maybe a perimuna who feel say no more say some provided those near my mouth. Now who the say man providing thing who the akoko go ball ama. Maybe I'm sure that person will not be affected because they live in the safe communities like the cantonments and whatever. So we must be responsible as citizens in whatever we do, so that at the end of the day, we will not have that boomerang effect. Like the state, all the time, that will be the first point of call. They should invest heavily in the construction of drains, proper drains. I would say sometimes drains, so who say more construct here now will be the sunny way say be some 2x4 drains be. I mean, in short, but we say na abua fasokra. And so we must, the state must do something. As for the minister going on a tour to assess the extent of damage, Masa, yes, it's good, but we think that they need to do better. Because Ghana, I'm a Ghana, especially Accra. Nyamina better than say in Shotoye, Yanti say casualties dorsum.
Casualties there dorsum.
Really.
Casualties there dorsum. Amount for, you see, when you say casualties and you're thinking about human life.
I'm not talking about human life.
But human properties.
Properties, yes.
A lot.
Because compared to the previous ones, because one said, I mean, because of past experience, now in Crawford, begins to more readjust, organize them. Because hardly could you find Obi saying now they can't in Abonti? No, I don't think so. Now people do it.
Oh, but
no, they don't, because I was somewhere in Shonu starting, you could see the people were just rushing, parking at the hotels and so forth, like moving to a safe ground. I mean, this education we need it. That's in show Barbetoa, you move to a safe ground. Now, that is the only way you're betting me as well.
You're trying an appreciation of what the problem might be, especially for the flood-prone areas. Flashpoint I name our man we say Mudadano, Circle, Dansoman, Kaswa, and all of that. Kaneshi, Dansoman, all those places. What really is at the center of that? Engineer Mahama, I join you pay Ojimedin. So, Engineer Akwaba.
Yeah, Minia.
Na bomb design pay.
For God and country, we know one echo.
So I only say humanity, Minia. I can say be there. But bibichi ya june kakra.
Yes, sir.
Say ya catch the minister catch no pay from the report Anna Minia Raymond NMHS he has spending some 450 million or so in trying to ensure the flooding we say no it doesn't occur. And yet see what we saw just yesterday. Upon you, what's our problem?
Cameras near the
Cameras near the
young phone be the 9th April 2019. And I make checking me some of me discussion me here or only one moment on City TV. Na and I make us Saturday ama Cecilia Amadapa Honorable Sanitation. Yamano 197 million Ghana cedis. 2019 April. And I make us say we are sinking money down the drain. So I want to say yama bombshell na edin send be bread aba. Say maybe attempts na use then ye kasasa new hope. Now 3.5 years down the line, 3 years down the line, that money indeed has sunk into the drain. No more they have a year desilting of the order.
Yeah.
And I make say one tackle issue name fee brekusu, amba domi pillar 2, amba new plan, amba abofua slabs no. Na maintains you, bema.
Yeah.
Slabs be abofu so fee. Achimotana sa uko a new station na, full bridge na, opa. Momentarily, no, would not know show right. Your media school do all right to her. In Sune Diama, a becker one, or more fence wall. Na, the band said slabs no bear 20. Ebu button sunum. In Tino, we see the dear and show toa. You bet to me hold Ghanaians responsible, say, or the baller, a good So anything you see floating on the surface, even though it be your is as a result of, say, indiscipline. But anyana more than 70% now or dono any individual be an edigu. My punchline this morning is that if the authorities refuse to tinker and respect the views of professionals based on technical and scientific grounds, the flood will refuse to recognize us as human beings.
Okay.
If the authorities who are sitting at the realm of affairs refuse deliberately to respect and act on the professional advice that we give free of charge, pro bono, on our own sweat, in our own investigation and research, the flood will disregard us as human beings. Because I can't sustain an advocacy, and rather it is being increased. Make a 5 years ago, say, in the next 10 years, in fact, 5 years between within the next 5 to 10 years, the floods that will be visiting us, especially in the capital, will be so overwhelming. We can't sustain, no matter the expansion of the drains that we're having 470 million, blah, 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 doing in Accra. Abofu has collapsed drains. Into erosion, the insured erosion ba. Insured ba no aswa anwani na daba. Na iruben suna no abrase, you see the position, high deposition of silt, and that's what is evidenced at Odo. It is a one kwanko check and na development au brekusu. Just after Kwabenya, now one check na so man starting and improve the vegetation cover there and do line drains now. You will sink the money down the drain, like I said about 4 years ago, that you are sinking the money down the drain in Accra. And the problem is still persisting up there. Mr. Carr said, we'll have a time in Accra, maybe in the next few years, and do 5, 10, and do 10, that in soon to Accra, but Accra be flooded. There will not be rain in Accra. There will be rain up Pokwasi Mountain, up Brekuso, and then Ayimensa. When you know here, 2 years ago, me can say people no jury or Ayimensa. And then a interministerial committee led by the Minister for Roads and Highways, supported by the ranking member Abuja, and then the chairman of the committee, IEP, Honorable IEP, said there will not be any development along the Ayimensa Pedro stretch at the time. Is this the caveat to say? After 1 month, I saw the concrete crane all shoot to concrete. I was just at the periphery along the Ayimensa Pedro, where the mountain has already been disturbed. After 1 month, there were construction, and as we speak today, right now, if you drive there, there's active construction on the mountain. We don't respect the mountain; they won't respect us back. Professor Amamu spoke about this about 25 years ago in his book. Say, in the about 60s, 70s, and 80s, since you told people, it takes about 72 hours and above, beyond to 90 hours, before the rain in Sunibi do Accra because of the vegetation. Now, Nyankopon people in area, and most of them who say valley, there are valleys which is called the buffer areas. Now, we do a mensa from where the Fadukwa Bensana, Yama developers, Ejuri, Anyan, Ebona, Osra, a freely buffer area. No, less than 2 people on the soil. It will, that's what we call the flash floods. In less than 30 minutes, Accra will be flooded, as we are seeing. And secondly, the rains we are having now, it is coming with a longer duration, but less precipitation. And but the longer the rain stays with even the small drops, Accra is being taken over by concrete and then pavement and flat and then asphalt. The engineer to me bylaws and to me and can say amend laws to suit the current situation, where you see a compound and 95% of the compound has been covered with concrete. When the person just needs a driveway to the compound, just a driveway to park. Like I did an example for a whole company with over 10,000 square meters of land. I just paved under 1,200. because you need to tell the person the essence of doing that construction for the person. He's a layman who has the money to develop. You as a technocrat, and the assembly can compel us, the engineers and the contractors, that if you have a facility, warehouse, whatever it is, we have to give you a percentage for development of pavement or concrete products on it. Now, let's take 20 houses. And your house has been concrete. Mine has been concrete. Assume you say in a grass by the law now. If your house can absorb or allow infiltration of water into the soil by 1,000 liters per 2 hours of a rain, and my area, the next door, I can allow infiltration of 1,000 liters of water into the soil. We have 2,000. Multiply that one by 300 houses. You have over 300,000 liters of water allowed into the soil by percolation. Now, if everybody decides to pave the place recklessly, now you are experiencing that immediately it rains and it pours on your compound. The water is rushing out, and you have over 300,000 liters of the same water rushing onto the street, and the drains are not capable of accommodating all the rain. It's not because the drains were not properly constructed. The engineers at the time of construction have done what we call hydrological survey of the area, and they have come out with the design plus factor of safety. Now you go to the assembly. If assemblies are sleeping where they have the engineers, then you expect to have quadruple or 15 times the expected water on the road, not the construction of the road itself.
Engineer,
my bro.
It's interesting, but we would have to leave it here. We'd have to leave it here. But also, an operator, Ojim Bernani, it's a hydra-headed monster that we are dealing with. You better know about now. I feel near torso. Back to the Happy Morning Show. We have 20 more minutes before the show comes to an end. Andy, I'm saying you're touching base with flooding situation. By the time months will be ended near Rajumu headlines in the Bebasa.
And the minister should be overcut.
Yeah.
Some is engineer Mahama Akasem is a brilliant observation how. Yeah. Accra is fast becoming a concrete jungle. Obiasi dan or the pavement in shono to entimenko. Yeah. Some of you say I about people building on waterways. I say Achimota, ABC, Asumdwe Street. And Crawford more sample tell him say Asoribi, Mabesi Asoribi or a block waterway or Markan town and granting planning for Abba. But still, in Shotwa, no mufi in a flood. If the authorities, appropriate authorities, are listening, I mean, they should just be up and doing. That Achimota ABC Asumdwe Street, no, Omunkonko here, Muntuana Monkonko here, the Asema Ekoso, before anything disastrous happened, because yes, Romo, I saw any dino main family, may be Bibia by main fan to ya, but. I've just mentioned the street names, Asumdwe Street, ABC, Achimota ABC, and conformity was a waterway, I think Kunkruma time, show faho, in show toa, and they don't experience any flooding in the area. But because of Asoroni or Mawesiasi Hall, it's the same show to a mufi na in show Abu Auraho. Until yesterday, authorities should go and ascertain the veracity or otherwise.
Andy, I said no, they never did. But in fact, any ancient inquiries are quickly the young man.
So it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Say inquiries are Banessa, and I have been reading the various communications from the police and so forth. Some I have issues with, and I only pray say committee bina independent committee bina ombeti amana ahwensem. In as much as I don't support the citizens attacking security installations and like the police station in Asefon, to the be asami eya It's because some of these police personnel have become trigger happy. And at the slightest thing we say no, na omo pese omo twitu. From the accounts na yet, Abrantie no, yes, most more oyam robber. Na machina. Masa, but the first oyam robber na means want to mean nya ayarisa bisa. Because if you look at accounts of Modinoko Hospital, the mother went there, Modinoko sales, or seen Unamon Fano, and Omabono and Asifo. You see, I think that the police ought to be up and doing. And I am happy that this morning I'm told that aside the PIPs investigating, the meaning said they have accepted, said there was a misconduct in terms of their professionally. That is why the PIPs are calling to investigate. I mean, it's a police for no a misconduct leading to the death of the gentleman. After, in any case, if the gentleman is an armed robber, and you know what to do.
But it is only the courts that can determine if it will be
guilty
so
and also
guilty of a crime.
You arraign the person before a court of competent jurisdiction. You as prosecution having, I mean, your first right to be able to prosecute the person. But the Koban is muchini panona
instant justice.
Instant justice now. You see, sometimes obi this year na akwa atom no nti se ba ne sa people will react. We only plead with the citizenry say no matter how the extent of police brutalities in ourselves, they shouldn't quench fire with fire. They should just resort to the appropriate processes in seeking redress. Because Kobanesa, because you see, then again, on set time, let me say, you to know your demonstration now, Moko police station, were the police firing live bullets? That, how? Live bullets? So there is nothing to be done apart from firing live bullets to disperse the crowd. Let me say in the process, and almost say stray bullet because ball, about frabity, But what we know is that when it comes to this crowd control, dispersing this crowd, it's not about using this water, hot water, and so forth. Even if you fire something, it's not the rubber bullets.
Yeah.
So the live bullet is a problem. And you see, in prep, you see, also there is some account to say, the gentleman deceased, no. And so also police phobia or identify police phobia as also being part of armed robbers. Yeah. And in our community, all those manner of rumors. Sami, it all comes back to one thing: the recruitment process into our security services. I think that our security services have been overly politicized. I mean, it has become a dumping ground for politicians. So once we come to power, in order to satisfy young supporters, I mean, the recruitment, they will not allow the proper thing to be done. And our way, constituency chairman way, and our regional chairman way, and our muchini pagum, without doing any background check. So I mean, I continue to say, more relatives or more police service, a bit more the military. So I mean, who co process no matter or crown. Now, what service no for years they doing background check on you, whether you have any criminal record and so forth. They said that is not the situation. And I think that the police needs to do something to restore confidence. The public confidence is very important. We need to restore public confidence. The police must restore public confidence. And in restoring the public confidence, it's all about the way they discharge their duties.
Now, Andy, could it not also be the case that they have been overly emboldened with Mr. Dampare's no-nonsense attitude to criminals and policing and all of that? And so the police feels, say,
I don't think, sir, police too many. bruise too much. And now, you see, I think say he that to know is the way now police for now more carry on. But and then amount for so emfabu mom. But partly they must be blamed. I'm say George Akufu Dampare, doctor, the Inspector General of Police, or no buy, all that he ought to be doing is that listen, restoring the image, I mean, building the public confidence in the police service, telling the citizens that listen, we are a very friendly organization, but we work with the laws. And I don't think that if Dampare is building the confidence and trying to regain the trust of the public in the police, doesn't mean that they should go about engaging in any misconduct. But because since our buy, I mean, say few of the cases now minimum there, and for more misconduct either they are on interdiction or they have been fired. And so they shouldn't see
and the reason why I make okay, the suspects, police officers who were arrested for the bullion van and the bizarre story I say in going to identify the suspects. The suspects who have been arrested within the police were taken to the site of the suspects, and the suspects were shot.
So, I mean, those
in the course of an exchange.
Those releases by I also had an issue with it, and even the one coming from Ngranza, there's some revelation there, and also the bullion van statement now by and then the one coming from Ngranza. If you have the two statements, check paragraph 4.4 of the two statements, and you brief listeners on that. I think that say most statement in young public suspicion heightened. And the police, their communication, and they should talk to their men. They are becoming trigger happy. Bibiania no much to na popo. No. But you see, I think all this thing will be solved if Mr. Dampare, and I know he was involved in this police visibility concept. And he was the head at a point in time, and I know that during Mr. Alassan's tenure of office as the IGP, Dampare was much involved in police visibility. And I would urge him that he should increase the police patrol, the community police patrol. I mean, that is the only way we can solve all these things.
Right.
But at the time now, it's our robbery in sense of me by. If the police presence ever and can be best solve I only pray, say, from the police's own release, say some ballistics experts will be sent to Nkranza to do a thorough job. I don't want anybody to be shielded. If the police officers indeed have misconducted themselves, they should be made to face the full rigors of the law. We must begin to punish them. And I think that ties in with this issue of they have become emboldened and blah, blah, blah. No. They must, you see, we want to trust them. And we want their confidence to be restored. And so anybody that comes and try to do that or work towards that, yes, that person will be given thumbs up. But they shouldn't take this public confidence now. Build it, and the trust for granted to engage in misconduct. I will not sit here to say all the police service, I mean, papa. No, but if you be a mensa, but I only think the recruitment process must be looked at. It cuts across the security agencies because now they don't do background check. If you don't do because some instances the reports come, some police officers are armed robbers. They arrest them as armed robbers. Some military officers are arrested as armed robbers. So what background check did you do before you recruited them?
All right. Mameni Yeniam Evans Kwabenasapon eni nkomo akasima be enum na yembisa no Nkranza or corresponding to one yembisa ne se yembisa ne se anya bia no situation at the saying after tensions went very high. Protests no more occur and nothing, no police for no reaction, any more amount for getting wounded, and their home sense. And Yabiano, how is the town like presently? Sapo, good morning. Hello, good morning, Sapo. All right, it looks like Yene Sapo Homano. But Andy, my major wrap-up comment and Sana, it's a finally if we're able to get through to
the police know they are not our enemies and we are not enemies to them either. So it's Biba. I mean, they should try and deal with it with some verve and finesse. That is why they are trained. They are trained to accommodate all manner of ways. But professionally, in the midst of all these things, they must discharge their duties. And I also beg of the authorities, say, omu recruiting for omunye background check. Because if this rumor, I found crimes, I say, I mean, the gentleman, the deceased, also identified some police officers, say, omuye armed robbers now. I mean, it's worrying. And reports, but they be how policemen have been arrested. I mean, and they will continue to be arrested at armed robbers. But what do? The cure is that we must take the recruitment process seriously. Okay. We shouldn't allow politicians to continue to dump their relatives whose background we don't know on them, and I mean to the security services. All right. That is the only way I think we can build a very united and sound credible police force. All
right. Sapon, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Now, it's not a permission.
And I'm not doing my promo copa. We are from Kansas.
Yeah, there are say. Onya, so far, I don't know him.
Well, see, I can say, oh, that was the team of Kansas. I was born up with a matemua. Said you know, Albert Zonko. A branch of our quite a agent, as I said, find a branch of FR, so if you about the public and national issue. Now, there for make us 1 week in here. Obekaya brother, now that Yamia Mosana out to prepare. After Yanchama, now Yankabisi, Gazette or mine in a one Kansas, Nana Mata could not so Nana Pan Bakwa, or Tosunai, or Castle in Central for which of the not Central which of University. Nana, every we are not Sibia. One more and dealing with justice for the Donko movement. That man channel in the Omudia before, of course, Omo and Chelsea because now Saturday, the term now Saturday in another minister. Honorable Question Bijan, in not about to say, or shall Kanama Bruno Bo, or Momo and Nasa, Nanka Duadano, and then I'll be Chimubi as a fata, say, we be a father, Donko, Yasaka, Honorable and Tiamba. And a brother, and also question obey press conference. And I quite the press conference. Many your questions and I saw the Pakra, Dr. George Akubidapari on the IGP. Mobru Gason and I said, Oyama Komanawa. A brand new woman, the identity of Kono. He has a 3 years in Munia, 20 years. It is out of course. The Nakas or sent by the Conqueror, a Bema process on Island. And a moment in Nash of Mr. And now, we don't Mr. Babadu, Kaza Bradano, or Nisa Chauffeur Sherry, Marco, Gazette, or mine, I first, and Anapami, Bafu, out of night. The residency, I wore a at the semi. All I do go on to police station, no, no, my baby. Our my baby look up for a police for a Molina, Umujabrica, a blue top of the Macasa district police, and the municipal police station, I'm Coco or Como, then you see, I think I have purple. And no, I see a reinforcement team by more money, Mabuno, or somebody special, a branch of our Kusu Mukuya, Sabi, and I was them and I say Ababi Duncan, and mine. And it's what she meant about almost almost I'm almost sure it's almost corporation. I wore a Itima. Number your mom remarks, says June. I almost made a sausage here, and I know you ever saw across in Libya, no matter near Bacoca. And I also swear to know your Nipa Baku, you know what Tribia. One should become. Now, see, I can say, yeah. Even to the accessible, like I said, Nipa 9, and I call it intelligence coverage course Australia, Ewo and Kanza. As I said, baako a na nka ɔka ɔmo yɛ num nipa tu na edi kan charge ɔmo baako a ɔka ɔmo yɛ num no ɔpanin sɛ si a yɛde no kɔ wɔ akyi methodist hospital surgery na ɛkɔ akɔɛ no ɛnya de a yɛwɔ dɔkotani bi a ɔno betumi ayɛ saa surgery no wɔ nkrandaa nti yɛsi ɛwɔ akyi mom ɛna yɛbɛtumi akɔyɛ saa deɛ na ɔmo kɔ ɛno akyi a yɛdidi mu a na yɛ maame frida akosua ɔhena fɛw pɛrɛmpɛrɛ ɔno ɛyɛ minister of state anaasɛ sɔfoɔ ɛwɔ abankɛseɛ mu ɔnka bunkuni mantam mu ghana mɛma nyinaa ɔno nko yɛ na yɛ maase bɛgyani ɛna ɔmanfoɔ ɔmo ɔta no atifi abatɔ pɛ so aso mímí ndé etwa mi yɛ nanu ɛna ɛma mi ba bie mu ɔkransa ɔnso de nsa kɔtɔ nsa yam ɛkɔ kyekyere yɛmi abɛtɛ kwasi dɔnkɔ ɔne abusua no nyinaa ɛnɛsɛ n'abusua no ɔkɔ ma ɔmo yɛ akɔ ɛne hyɛden ɛka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ sɛbi deɛ ti no ɛya atɛntɛn no yɛn nyinaa yɛhwɛ sɛ ɛbɛkɔ so de ama ɔmo na mmom sɛbi no aban soso etim ba na ɔbɛka biribi ɛde kyerɛ abusua no nti ɔmo atiri so ɔmo adeɛ a ɔde bɔ mu adeɛ bi ɛma ɔmo ɛma ne no ɔmo di nkɔmɔ ɛnɛsɛ banu nkɔmɔ fitie nkɔmɔ bi ɛma biribi ayɛ kamakama owie no saa aberanteɛ na ɔno nso afi mu no a ɛfɛ no victor ɛyɛ owusu no ɔno nso ɔmo kɔ ne fie ɛna ɔkɔkye a ɔmo ayɛ asabea a biribi ayɛ kamakama ɛno na ɔno akɔkye edididi mu a menua sɛsi a mekasa yi wɔta ka na ɔsoro ɔmo ɛfa no yɛho sɛ tu ɛwɔ nkranza ɛnkranza baako na n'esi a ɛno kora wa ɔmo bi a na waba sɛsi mmienu na wa polisifoɔ ɔmo ba asese no soso no na ɛnka no yɛwɔ mmiɛnsa na ɛwɔ ha sɛsi a yɛkasa yi yɛwɔ ɛyɛ 5 enum ɛna wa na mi na bɛ bisa sɛ diɛ ti a aba ne saa maame nka ɛfa to happy ɛfɛ mɛ tie ko nyinaa ni sɛ mɛsɛ bɛgyani a wɔn nkran na anafɔ abatɔ mpɛ so aso ɔnabu emmanuel kɔdwa de kum ɔ radio station ɛwɔ kurom ha na radio station de fabia fm ne maame na ɔde to no fabia 94.7 fm so na nanu fiada after regional minister ɔnabu kwasi edu tum wei yɛ kwasi edu gya mesɛn wada wɔtumi ne sɛntwɛfoɔ ahyia the whole radio station ɔburu ìfɛ yi ɔno ɔmɛdi nkɔmɔ aka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ obi anya akɔtɔyɛ mu na ɔtwe ɛba abɛsi no na ɔmɛ ba abɛsesa abɛti no ebitɔ osu sɛbi ɔmo mu ebetumi akora na deɛ ɛsɛ fata bi asɛ yɛ ɛrefa mmeranteɛ no no yɛayɛ atɛntɛn na obi awia anim no obi ansa bɛka ewu deɛ baayɛ ɛna ɔmo aboso so kɔɔ ɛyɛ fabia ɔkɔ kaa sɛ benada ɛbɛ yi ɔkyena ɔno ɔmo emmanuel kɔdwa de kum so ɔbɛyɛ press conference after press conference n'akyi no so ɔsɛ na wante hwee a fiada edi anim ɔbɛsa stage another demonstration ɔne mmabunu na ɛwɔ nkranna no na no ɛna according to report ne kyerɛ sɛ apolisifoɔ no ama ne no another team asaba bɛpie mu nkranna
all right I'm just suppose every no I be ebedo ase for update no every nkranza summary there ebema emu so na yasan so ahyia na mepa ɔtena pa yebedo bibia ase
Hey,